Okay, welcome everybody to another session of Arcana Corps. It's good to be back in this urban fantasy driver's seat once again. To introduce everybody to our wonderful cast of players, if you don't know them already, going from left to right on our HUD here, we have Goy, played by Ruben.
I come from old country to see what the tabletop RPG is all about. Hello.
I'm loving Goin's new real canon true to life voice.
That's Ruben. Goin is just hi. I'm going. I'll be here all week, folks.
We have Shinichi, played by Tom.
Afternoon, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good week.
Absolutely. All the better now that you're here. We have Sabine, played by Marcy.
Hello. I was going to do the Wado voice again, but I decided against it. What's up?
That's reasonable. That is reasonable. And last but absolutely not least, we have Lucian, played by Will.
Indeed. Greetings, my children. Is this Will's voice? Is this Lucian's voice? Is there a difference? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. It's all a mystery. There are many mysteries in this game, in fact. We're going to be getting into Case 2 this session, which is going to be real fun. I hope everybody had a fun time with Case 1 and got a nice grasp of what your character might want to do going forward as we explore this bold new world in the City of Jungsburg. I think I'm gonna have to do the what happened last time on, aren't I? So let's go get into that, shall we? Last time on Arcana Corps, Mysteries in the Unconscious. Our gang finally managed, hot on the trail of tracking down missing student Yusuke Tenma to where he was hiding out. But it wasn't an ordinary building, it was in fact a shard of the collective unconscious. Having been blessed with a mysterious power from the realm of fiction, he had retreated away to a twisted version of a drag nightclub under which he performed. Our four heroes awoke to their own mythoses, transformed and entered into this particular labyrinthine nightclub in order to track him down. Along the way, discovering how Yusuke's insecurities manifested physically in the space. It seemed that whatever was possessing Yusuke had the ability to turn people into chess pieces and make them do their bidding. After delving deep into finding the grandest stage within the nightclub, they faced down with Yusuke, although it wasn't Yusuke anymore. Having fully dived deep into their own fiction, they became the Emperor, the Red Queen. A fierce battle ensued between our heroes and the Nightmare, but eventually they were able to defeat this twisted reflection of Yusuke's inner subconscious, and the power that was taking over their body manifested as a tarot card. Swiftly retreating from the dungeon, they were able to turn over the tarot card and debrief with Ryder, the governmental organization that has employed these four plucky teens to solving these kind of supernatural mysteries within the city. And so, they were able to take a short break and try to, best they can, settle into their daily lives. Shinichi met up with Lucian in the library to research a little bit more about the nature of mythos. They found that actually the City of Jungsburg was founded by Pavo, a gender-fluid royal who had the ability to grant miracles. Sabine met up with Goin at the community centre, where Sabine likes to both feed the cats and help out on her ongoing parole circumstances. They had a little bit of a discussion about the nature of the collective unconscious and what their powers might mean in the long term. Sabine met up on Lucian's request at the Starlight Lanes to go and have a quick bowling session in order to unwind. However, it seemed that the bowling alley had high scores by their rivals, Team Gamma. Boo. And Sabine and Sunichi also had a smoke break on the school roof, which was briefly interrupted by one of Sunichi's colleagues, Tom Pippin, who mentioned that they have a delivery job to do on Elysium Island the next day at 9 a.m. Everybody returned home after a hard day, but Sunichi didn't go to bed just yet. Instead, they started to scroll down notes on their wall in fluorescent pen, trying to get to the bottom of what the mythos really, really is. And with that, we resume Arcana Corps, Mysteries in the Unconscious. Okay, good. Before we get into things in terms of what's going on for Jarl, there's a little bit of a cutscene to occur. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna set up the drama. Let's go and get some vibes for the drama too. The vibes are also important.
Let's get those vibes.
Absolutely.
Vibe check.
I'm vibing. You guys vibing?
Very vibing.
Hey.
Now available on Steam.
I need to play that through on the stream at some point. A student of Atomicon University looks out of her dormitory window. The apartment is fancy, but covered with papers and small boxes. She closes the laptop she's working on and pinches the bridge of her nose. It's 1 a.m. But then, there's a rustle behind her. She stiffens before assuming it to be a stack of papers slipping over. But then, she sees someone, or maybe something, behind her. It creeps silently across the floor of papers, effortlessly weaving around the stacks of papers, and before she can even react, it is immediately behind her, and an echo around the room reverberates. The court accuses you of crimes innumerable against the people of Elysium Island. The court has found you guilty. The punishment is death. Similarly, in the middle of the night, the four of you have a variety of very strange dreams. We need this. For these dream sequences, we're going to be following each dream in turn. Other characters, aside from the person dreaming, are present and can act and talk and everything. For the sake of roleplay, the people who are in the dream but not the dreamer, all of this is entirely normal to you. This is part of the process. You are supposed to be here. You are not surprised for the circumstances around, just for the cue. Lucian, you are currently exploring a labyrinth of flashing panels and winding staircases that wrap around the space non-Euclidean, like an M.C. Escher painting, as Sabine helps you look around. Please let me know if you have control over your tokens.
I believe so, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think kind of picturing this almost like the for a cultural touchstone that I don't think UK people get, the Wheel of Fortune panels, where you just kind of like tap on the screen to make them glow and then reveal something.
Oh, we absolutely had Wheel of Fortune. But yes.
Oh shit, Vanna White's here.
Yeah, that's Sabine.
As you lean in to investigate, Lucian, you find that on closer inspection, these panels are rapidly scrolling text at a tiny size.
What is this? I need to look closer. Oh man, how dream logic can we get with this? Because I feel like Lucian is going to want to just press their face against the panel, as if they can just press it forward indefinitely.
Sure. I think let's go make a roll to see about your interpretation of these objects.
Yeah, let's do it.
Would you what move would you like to make? In the meta sense, this dream is incredibly real to you, but it is also a dream, so I will let you choose from either of the Voidheart Symphony or City of Mist playbooks. Both make sense.
I think just a normal investigate roll would probably make sense.
Okay, absolutely.
Gonna pull the tags. Let's see. Reading between the lines and hidden connections.
Okay. Go and roll a +2.
Whoop.
A miss.
Got him.
So, you know, for people who are lucid dreamers, one of the ways that they can tell whether they are dreaming or not is if they try and read a book and whether the book is intelligible. And the book swirls. It's definitely text, and but it's not making sense to you, and you are just smushing your face against this panel, trying to make sense of it. And Sabine, you just kind of watch Lucian just rub their face against this glowing panel of text.
She is kind of, I mean, I guess as speechless as I was there, she just kind of wants to sit there and watch to see, maybe, she realizes that this is a dream and is just gonna let them do their thing, I think.
Or rather, to be clear, you are part of this dream, Sabine. This Sabine isn't real. This is within Lucian's dream. I guess Dream Sabine can be aware in a meta sense that it's not real.
And Dream Sabine just is Sabine and would do that regardless.
Absolutely. Sabine looks over to one of the books or panels, and it appears to have like a bowling score on it.
Of course it does.
Sabine, what does this mean?
Well, think back, Lucian. Bowling, scores, other teams, rivals, any of that ringing bells?
What would Gamma do? Why would I be dreaming about Gamma? Is Lucian aware they're in a dream? Interesting question.
But you was I think let's say you are suddenly aware of Team Gamma with that
Team
kind
Gamma
of thing. Well, they're somewhere in the maze, you think?
Why is Team Gamma here? I need to find them to sort this out. This is ridiculous.
But fortunately, you have Sabine by your side, and that makes everything a little bit easier.
Nice.
Rank up with Sabine. We talked a little bit about social links in our previous session, and they should already be marked on your character sheet, so you don't get any mechanical bonuses for this little graphic. But I wanted to have these graphics last session, and I didn't have them done in time, so
they're dope.
They'll be available.
Yeah, I know.
I am especially proud of the card number of the specific tarot and pattern in the background of it. But,
oh, that's so cool.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Good call.
Nice.
But yes, I suppose Team Gamma are out there somewhere, and you definitely don't want them to succeed first, whatever succeeding first is.
I'm not as bothered by Gamma Team as the rest of my crew, but if Gamma Team wins, none of them will let us live it down, so I'm going to need to stop them anyway.
That's right, Lucian. We definitely can't sit around and let them win, no matter what winning means in this situation.
I'm trying, Sabine. Things are just a little swimmy right now. Well, we can't stay here. Let's get moving. And I think Lucian go start running up one of the staircases, maybe noticing if it starts like bending up the side of the wall or something.
Oh yeah, the stairs definitely send you on a bit of a wacky adventure as you run around the space. How about you give me a traversing the labyrinth roll, which is a Voidheart Symphony one. I believe it's done flat, so it's just a flat 2d6, unless you want to spend Cracker Logo's theme for it, which I don't think is especially worth it in this situation.
I think probably not. Okay, travel the labyrinth, no modifier. Wow, dice.
You hit a dead end after a while of kind of exploring the space, and going this way and going that way, you just hit a dead end to the labyrinth. It is a smooth, flat, featureless wall.
Wait, why would the stairs lead to nowhere? Oh no, I must have taken a wrong turn. Oh, Sabine, I'm sorry. It wasn't supposed to be like this.
Sabine is leaning up against a wall, like filing her nails, just looking kind of like the subconscious would put together Sabine with like other tropes of like biker girls.
However, as you kind of like touch the wall, it reverberates, and you hear a voice kind of echoing in the room. The greed of man causes loss of ancient tales. It has happened before. It will happen again. And you smell something? Like a city burning paper. There's paper on fire somewhere.
What? Burning paper? No.
Fire, Lucian.
It's the library on fire. No. Oh God. Lucian puts their head in their hands. You can still see their eyes, which are just like pulled wide open as they are pupils dilated, just like starting to flip out. Not just because, haha, I'm in danger, but also burning down a library is one of the scariest things Lucian can imagine, and just one of the most devastating things.
What do you do?
Lucian is, I think, once they're done having their moment of panic, going to look out into the library and see, is this just like the entire building has become a bonfire, or is this something that could possibly be stopped?
You see that the similar to that picture, it's almost like there's a well in the middle of the library stretching infinitely downwards, and you can see that the lower levels of it have started to catch fire, and flame is slowly creeping up level by level upwards.
Okay. I think, regardless of how sensible it is, Lucian is going to use some of their I'm totally forgetting the word for this, but some of their otherworldly magic to try to manipulate books in order to extinguish this, mainly by causing a lot of the books to like fly off the shelves and just like very quickly flip between their pages in order to generate a gust.
Okay. Make a change the game roll for me, please.
Okay.
However, I am going to involve one of your weakness tags this time. The future is uncertain. You are entirely unsure of whether your kind of foresight or planning is going to actually be useful in this situation, or if this will even make the situation worse. But you're trying. You're doing something.
Do I get to add any tags to this?
Oh, change the game is still a regular roll, City of Mist roll. So you're adding tags, but you also have that weakness tag, which counts as a -1.
Right. Okay. Well, I'd like to use Manifest Literary Magic. Um, hmm. And I think Archivist Librarian as Lucian isn't just pulling random books off the shelf. I think they're trying to be very strategic about going for the encyclopedias and the memoirs of especially like Julius Caesar, where it's going to be these really, really big tomes that are going to be generating the most wind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm at a +1, so. And you said this was which kind of roll?
Change the game.
Change the game. Got it. Ooh!
Success. Nice. So yeah, tell me what happens. Essentially, this generates a tag for the space. So what kind of tag will you be applying to, I guess, the library?
Good question. Let's see. I think I'd like to give it the tag muted.
Mhm.
I'm just picturing, after all of this motion and chaos, everything finally comes to it. Maybe standstill is better.
Absolutely. I think the way this visually looks like is like the panels of these books/screens fold away from the wall. They look like solid tiles, but they're surprisingly pliable and form one by one behind you like gigantic wings, and it actually gives you enough lift for you to be able to raise yourself out of the dead end, and you give one gigantic flap of your wings, and a wave of like monochrome emanates from them, almost repainting, recoloring the space. And as it creeps outwards from you to the rest of the space, the fire turns grey and then dulls into nothing. There's a weird hanging in the air, a stillness. You look down this infinite well and you see that there's something at the bottom, and with wings you can now reach it.
Yeah, I think we get a shot of Lucian like slowly, like flapping down, descending slowly and gradually, and reaching out an arm to pluck whatever is down there. Carefully, but certainly.
You find that as you get closer, it becomes larger and larger, and it's a statue. A statue that you recognize. It's of Pavo the Crown. Their eyes glitter with stars, and you hear within your heart a single word. Grim. You have explored the mystery. What secrets did the Library of Alexandria hold? Please mark attention on that theme book for me, please.
Ooh, okay.
And with that, we will move on to the next scene. Going.
Yo.
An arena match is about to begin. Even though you look around the squared circle, and you hear the murmurs of excited punters, people ready to see artistry and brutalism in all its forms, but you see no one, you only hear them.
Huh.
Whether it's a wrestling match, a boxing match, or something else entirely, it's hard to tell. All you know, though, is that you can rely on your training coach, Sabine, to help you. You've been preparing for this for a long time.
How do you view Sabine like as Mick from Rocky, or does she just look her normal way?
Yeah, like in this dream, Goin would be like want to face the like gnarliest version you got in you. But I think like this can be made scarier, much scarier by the fact that like he can hear the audience, but he can't see it. So it's like this, like almost the idea of a live show being shot with a laugh track but no audience. You know, there's only phantoms. There's only phantoms there. So like whatever you like, if you imagine Sabine like fucking ready for a tussle, but then creepy. You know, maybe she's got like a shadow over her face, or like she's fading in and out. She might be flickering, or like she seems like her textures are a little meshed together.
Sure. So like
But-
I think, yeah, I guess Sabine would be like in the corner, like as your coach, like giving you the trap massage, like they all do in all the boxing matches or wrestling matches. And yeah, she's just kind of like flickering, like fading in and out, like a light that's about to go out.
Do you say anything to each other?
I think Sabine opens her mouth, but all you hear is like garbled, like someone speaking, mumbling through a filter.
I think I actually have a really cool idea for this. You open your mouth, and it's not Sabine's voice. It's like a hollowed, echoing, like disembodied narration of one of Goin's like most favorite texts in the world, which is "The World of Wrestling" by Roland Barthes. So you open your mouth for an instant, and in that instance, you just hear being narrated. The virtue of all in wrestling is that it is a spectacle of excess. Here we find a grandiloquence which must have been that of ancient theaters. And in fact, wrestling is an open-air spectacle, for what makes the circus or the arena what they are is not the sky. It is the drenching and vertical quality of the flood of light. And Goin recoils and wonders why are we fighting? You're not my opponent. I'm not supposed to fight you.
Indeed, says an announcer from nowhere.
What?
You are up against your greatest opponent yet, Gato Demonio Lucifer! And the audience start like chanting Lucifer, Lucifer.
Lucifer.
There is a gigantic puff of smoke and sulfur in the middle of the arena, and your opponent appears.
And oh god, you.
They click their neck with alarmingly loud snapping sounds, winding up an arm. Alright. It's time for us to square up again, eh?
Chat, I'm not sure. Did you make this happen? Are you responsible for this?
The Kim, who's actually in a luchador mask and
Right.
everything, goes, well, surely you're ready. You've been fighting all this time, haven't you?
Yeah, and it's been a weird couple of fights since the last mission, but you know what? I feel ready.
Oh, you're ready, are you? They start hopping from foot to foot delightedly.
Yeah. Going like assumes the like a traditional like Korean wrestling stance, which is I think like legs like widened.
Mhm.
In the Cicerum, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but you widen your stance, but you keep your arms low.
Mhm.
So you basically have your arms next to your thighs as you stand, and then you like that's just a signal that you're ready. So he assumed that stance. There's like a power because this is like his dream world. Like he puts down his feet, he plants them down, and just like Dragon Ball Z energy fields extends from them.
Yes. Well, I wonder if you're ready for this prize. It's a ladder match, you know. And from the ceiling descends an object that you recognize. It's something that's important to you and reminds you of your parents. What is it?
Oh. Oh shit, this puts me on the spot.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. This is good. the only thing that the only object that Goin has to remind him of his mother. His dad does not know that he has it. If he found out, he would take it from him. It is the pin that you use to tie a hanbok together, like a Korean-style dress. And it's like the pin that you use for the sash around the hanbok's waist. And it is a pin that is shaped like, I want to say, a dragonfly.
Mm-hmm. It's small and glittering, but even up that high, you can see it. You know exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then, before long, right, it's time to start this off, isn't it? Then, and Kim prepares to attack.
Ooh, at that surprise, I'm not gonna back down. Oh, hell yes!
What'd you do?
Immediately I see him, like, in my mind I just hear the ding ding, the bell ringing, and I launch myself at Kim, shoulder first, arm still low. I'm seeking to sort of like grab his his heel, because he's a short boy, grab his heel, and with my right arm and his shoulder with my left arm, and sort of like flip him, just flip him onto his back.
Okay, do you have control over your token?
Whoop, whoop.
Beautiful. Remember, you also can hold down Alt for fine control of movement.
Yeah.
But yes, go and give me a go toe-to-toe roll.
Go toe-to-toe, baby! Alright. This is my fight song. So, let's see. I want to use...
Take back my life song. Sorry.
Lifestyle!
Lucifer.
This lifestyle is creating my death style! Fuck off, Metallica, Jesus Christ. God, what a bad song. Anyway, I want to use the tags stage wrestling and one-man hype machine.
Okay.
2 tags, 2 power, go toe-to-toe.
Miss.
No.
You go in to kind of grab the leg, and Kim is like, I know all your moves. I watched you practice your eyes, remember? And they just lift a foot and then bring the heel down hard on the back of your hand.
Ooh, God, yeah. I think going sort of like flips forward because the momentum, he's like it pins him down, and now like he spins around his own wrist, so he like falls forward. Well, that's not fair. I haven't seen you do a goddamn thing.
El Gato Demonio grows in size.
What the? Oh, come on. I can't do that. That's not fair.
What do you do?
Coach Sabine says, you can say fuck.
You'll never get me to say that word. Actually, that reminds me. Sabine, open your mouth. Real quick.
She does.
She does, and out of her mouth comes the word, "This function of grandiloquence is indeed the same as that of ancient theater, whose principle, language and props, masks and buskins, concurred in the exaggeratedly visible explanation of a necessity." And Going goes, "Thanks, it's just what I needed to hear." And
actually, as you do that, because that's important, and I didn't do this before, it's just what you needed to hear.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh.
You link up. All right, know what you're gonna do. Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's fine. It's excellent. I got a necessity for you, and I want to sort of like stand up where I like plant down my feet again, but I sort of like start circling my one foot as if to like generate some kind of like low turbulence, and then I want to just do like a storm kick directly between Kim's groin.
Okay. That feels like a hit with all you've got.
Yeah, baby. I'm gonna go. Let's see. I don't think that's very stage wrestling, so that's just mean. So
in that case, I'm going to invoke one of your weaknesses. This pisses you off.
Yes.
You're like something deep within you that you spent all of your teenage life trying to keep leveled, but in this space it just boils out your mouth. Your weakness tag Demonic Rage kicks in.
Hell yeah. Alright, I'll tag that.
So you're rolling at
and-
-1, but hey. Oh, also you get 1 point of attention in the theme book that weakness is part of, which is also true for Will. So if you could please mark 1 point of attention on the theme book that Feature is Uncertain is part of, if you wouldn't mind doing that, please. Thank you.
Wait, where do I do it?
I can do that on your character sheet for you, Goin, if that's if you're having an issue finding it, don't worry about it. But
Okay,
yeah, in
so-
addition to Demonic Rage, what else are you kicking in?
Let's see. I kind of just wanna, cause like I want this to be like Goin has this self-image of himself, but it doesn't mean that he necessarily has like the talent or the skill to give to actually to like what it like takes what it get like hit it with all he's got, but like does he got it, you know? So I want to see if I can make this at -1.
Okay, yes,
Well,
let's
it's
go.
out. No. But
No.
6, almost. If I didn't have that 6.
I mean, okay. I'll let you decide under this circumstance, because this is invoking your weakness. How does Kim foil your plan? Sorry, El Demonio Gata.
Yeah, please. Stage names only here. There, I think, like as Goran raises his leg, Kim uses his size to sort of like step over the point where his toe would, like the bridge of his foot would connect, and so like he actually like Goran just hits him in the butt, and then Kim, being the goblin he is, squeezes his butt, and now he's stuck with the butt squeeze, and then Kim just headbutts him into the ground.
Okay, how do I visually represent this?
Oh, please don't.
Yeah,
Imagination is a strong tool. We can just kind of do it on our own. Yeah.
Yeah, we got this.
I don't know, the kind of like token acting is really nice. A thing that I meant to say, and I'm sorry to interrupt the proceedings for this, but it's a thing I meant to kind of like praise y'all for last session, is the scene where smoking on the roof, and I mentioned that you could see Elysium Island from there, and you both moved your token like over to the side of the roof to go see it, and I was like, oh, that's really good. Taking part in the fiction. Oh, it makes my heart.
I just had role played with you enough to know how much the token moving means to you, so I was on top of it.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. But yeah. That you are currently in a weird back-to-back suplex.
Yeah, and Goran goes, "That's fucking... Oh, no!" Sabine, you didn't hear that.
Kim
Oh.
grows in size.
No! Look what you're doing. That's gross. Why did you do that?
You're not strong enough yet. And
Say that to my face.
you reach, you see the dragonfly pin hovering above you, and you kind of reach up futilely to try and snatch it out of the air, but it's just entirely out your reach, and you feel your vision fading.
No, Mom.
We have an opportunity for one more thing. What one more thing do you want to do now that you're in this dire situation?
Can I... Let's see, I want to focus, because we're back to back, and I want to summon my club.
Okay.
I want to give in to this demonic rage inside of me, and I want to embrace the Dokaibi, go beyond trickery and into into malice, almost.
Give me a change the game roll.
Changing the game. I want to change the game. Change it to D&D 4.5. Let's not actually do that.
I like fourth ed.
Okay.
4.5. That game that exists.
Nathan, I went, that's wrong. I'm the GM now.
No, it was the most like a JRPG that any like tabletop
play
tabletop
it-
game has ever been.
Did play a Disgaea game in it. It did work quite well. I will have to admit.
So demonic rage, does that stay?
Oh no! That was just for that one roll. And invoking a weakness, you can only invoke once every so often. I think it's once per session. So you can't invoke demonic rage either for now. But,
Yeah. So I want to use power tag, traumatic self-improvement, raised with discipline. That makes one doesn't make sense. But traumatic self-improvement, the fire within, without, and it's a big club.
Absolutely.
Ha.
All right, go and give me that change the game roll.
Fucking failed.
Oh my god.
It's a partial success. It's a partial success. So, what tag do you want to apply to the circumstance?
Let's see. Create a story tag. I want to. I want Kim to. I want Gato Demonico to be impressed.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool. So, describe this club attack that impresses Gato Demonico Lucifer.
Yeah, from our position, from like this contortionism, like I just noticed that like the club's been in my hand all along, as if like you've been by my side all along. And I just sort of like slide it underneath my body and use it as a fulcrum to push myself up. And like Kim, like despite like being weighing down on me, like they feel himself getting lifted up. Like, huh? What? It's not supposed to happen.
Ooh.
And like Goyne is struggling to get up from underneath them, like panting and slowly succeeding. And then he just like, I think like what Kim would expect from like him to do is like keep going until he's fully like standing up, but he's like, he dashes out from underneath Kim, turns around, and just like lets them just fall flat on their face.
Get going, Kim.
I told you, I'm strong. I got this. I have what it takes.
So you can fight yourself. Big deal. It's whether you can seize what you've got with that strength within you. But oh look, the round is over. And there's big like a ding 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 on the big bell as the round ends, and you see the ladder match prize so slowly recede into the ceiling and out of arm's reach.
Yeah, I grab it, and so, like I stare at the dragonfly, and it's like this beautiful.
You attempt to reach for this thing, but it just keeps receding out of the space, and you are unfortunately left prizeless as the audience go entirely quiet and move on.
Anyway, meanwhile in the Sahara Desert.
This is some Metal Gear Solid 5, like middle of the desert homoerotic shit coming up, isn't it?
Wow.
Look around.
In a full sort of Victorian outfit over the occasion.
Yeah. Shinichi, look around you. I'm your family. We're all family.
Shinichi, look around you. It's the desert. Your family.
Yes, you find yourself indeed in the desert of searing heat, crossed by Shinichi and Lucian together. For some strange reason, whether Shinichi is conscious of this or not, they are in their collective unconsciousness outfit.
Shinichi I won't say his personality's cutting slightly, but there'll be these sort of odd moments where he goes from his usual sort of quite cheery, probably offering Lucian a cigarette as they're walking through the desert. He wouldn't normally offer you this, but we need something to keep our minds off the heat. But then, going a bit sort of far off and a little bit into the distance, like he's trying to make head and tail of the strange scene that's currently surrounding them.
Go and give me an investigate roll, please.
I shall. I shall just see if I've got any relevant tags for that. Probably not, I don't think.
Go make it flat. Oh,
Yeah.
While you're making that roll, I forgot to say, Goin, could you please mark attention on, because you have paid attention to your mystery, can you feel your heart warm up? So please mark 1 point of attention on that theme book for me, please.
You're gonna have to.
I will do that
tell
for
me
you,
where-
don't worry about
Okay.
it.
Is that-
That's
yeah,
a 5, so that's a miss.
It's a good trend going here, I feel.
What are you looking at, Shinichi?
You're getting out all the bad dice luck.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothingness. I'll say quite philosophical, really. He'll say, looking round. So, glance at Lucian. Is Lucian dressed up in his Migdal high school gear, or is he in sort of?
And at least in Lucian's regular plainclothes. You kick the sand in frustration upon viewing into the horizon and don't see anything. And then you look closer at the sand beneath your feet. It's pages of a book. If you look closely at that artwork.
Yeah. No. Very good. Very good. I believe this is your area of expertise, Lucian. Can you read anything into this?
I could, but that's an interesting. That's an interesting question. Yeah, Lucian playing coy. Could I help him in this, or am I here as more of a spirit guide than a buddy pal help you out?
Under current circumstances, you are not a player character, so you can do what the fuck you want.
Oh, great. I think you're right. Let me help you out. Lucian reaches down and scoops up the sand, which, is also printed pages. And I think they raise it above their head and they just start pouring it into their mouth. And the sand just doesn't stop pouring into their mouth. Then they stop, close their mouth, turn to look at you. Fascinating.
I've heard the term thirst for knowledge, but that's definitely taking it to a different level.
It seems the world here is a mystery, but as long as you have Lucian by your side, it seems you might be able to solve it together. Link up with Magician!
Oh, damn.
Do you know why you're here, Shinichi?
To find answers. Not to ask why we're in the desert, but why there's a desert here.
In fact, there seems to be an oasis on the horizon.
Let's keep walking.
Give me a Travel the Labyrinth roll, which I believe is just a flat 2d6. Yeah.
Ooh. God, good action.
Yeah, real numbers. Yeah, you continue to kind of navigate the desert together, kind of making idle chatter. You can tell that this oasis is not a mirage somehow. You're fully aware of the kind of like adventure novels and stuff where mirages in the desert exist, but there seems to be more than that as you make your way over. And you arrive, and what appears to be crystal blue waters is actually a deeper, murkier blue. It's ink?
I shall walk towards it. There'll be a Tunic shall doff his hat and dip it into the inky water.
Mm-hmm.
Fill it to the brim and draw it up and look deep into it.
You see your face, but older, younger, in a variety of different clothes. battle scarred. There's one where your eye is missing. There's another where you seem happy and your hair is grey and you're wearing a comfortable sweater. There's another where you look incredibly proud and you're in a business suit with a wide grin filled with avarice. And then you look past your own face and see a reflection of the sky swirling in unnatural colours, a cloud and something descending from the cloud, actually. A hand, elegant and graceful long nails, clad in rings and chains and bracelets all connected together. Hold on. there is a song for this, but where is it? Where did they put it? Here it is. The voice from the sky rumbles. Shinichi, your abilities are wasted on such mundane matters. On being a cog in someone else's clockwork when you could be the watchmaker. What do you do?
Shinichi will sort of spread his arms somewhat, spread his arms out to the side and look up. But such things do take time. There's no point in rushing. Then you make mistakes.
Maybe so. But still, I think your place of employ is beneath you, really. Why don't you say you give it up? Reach for something higher.
This may be a good stepping stone, but it's a solid bedrock for the moment. Throwing myself to unknown risk certainly doesn't seem clever at this juncture.
You clearly don't understand the power that could be given to you. Here, let me make an example for you. And the hand gripping a elaborate fountain pen dips into the oasis of ink and draws large swathes in the sand, writing some of the story of this desert out of existence. It's easy once you understand how the story works. Having a control of your own narrative, you could be the protagonist.
Always the thing. Never be the guy in the front.
Quite so. Let's remove somebody from the front, shall we? The pen, almost like a tornado across the sand, plows through at incredible speed.
No.
It runs through Lucian. Lucian is erased from the story. What do you do?
Thanks for coming by. It was really nice to meet you. It was cool to do some RP with you. Sorry,
it was
Will is dead in real life now.
Yeah. So we had a little vote in between us. The SWAT team is on their way.
You shouldn't have.
Yeah, send the cops. I'll fuck them too.
Shinichi, like, oddly, actually, turn my things so I'm not looking up as much. She'll walk over to the spot, lean down into the sand, and pull out probably a small folded crane bird where Lucian was. I said, the problem is when you view things from such a large height, you miss the fundamental importance of those allies that you surround yourself with. And he'll reach into the depths of his voluminous cape outfit, pull out what looks like a sort of large Victorian air rifle, and she'll aim it up to the heavens. So, if I become a protagonist, I'll choose the path, not somebody else, and we'll fire up into the heavens.
Yeah, give me a hit with all you got, baby.
So I shall pull off concealed weapons, Napoleon of crime, and possibly weaken one's faith as well.
I'm also going to invoke a weakness tag.
Yes.
You're just a kid.
Excellent.
You don't know how to fire a gun.
No. Okay, so I'll be a net +2. Where is my things? There is my things. Power conceal weapon. The old having to click on anything, you get the flaming dice to roll. Come here.
Oh gosh, is it giving you some lag?
Yeah,
Sabine,
just a little.
Sabine was having that last time, if I recall.
Okay.
A mixed success. Okay. You shoot into the heavens, and the clouds dissipate. For some reason, the arm, disembodied and dripping with ink where blood should be, remains. And it turns to you. It has no face, it's just a hand, but turns in the way that it's addressing you. Very well. When you're ready to actually seize control of your own narrative, all you need to do is visit. Our establishment is easy to find if you know where to look. Farewell. And the pen rushes towards you, and before you even know what's happened, you have been unwritten from the story.
Alright, so also really fun playing with you. We're finding 2 new cast members, so the people watching at home, you can put in open applications.
You know, I really wanted to cycle the cast out. I wanted to...
I know.
Yeah. Hey, welcome to Goin and Sabine's cat shelter running thing. We're very happy to announce this new direction. We've been
It's just
talking about
a little slice of life roleplay series, you know?
Here comes
Fine.
Sabine. She's got toast in her mouth.
Sinichi, could you please mark attention on the theme book that Just a Kid was part of, but also you have explored the mystery, how can I get them to respect me as a threat, so please mark attention to that as well.
Okay.
I'm enjoying these kind of rhythmic pendulum swings between emotional drama and comedy. It's very good.
No, it's good. It's good.
All right. Last one. We move towards...
This is about what I expected.
Yeah. Okay. It's the school roof. You're smoking up here with Sinichi, as you want to do. It's an ordinary day. After all, it's just an opportunity to be part of the Go Home Club. It's the same old school building. It's the same old routine of not doing your homework on time. It's the same old clouds and sky rotating at an impossibly fast rate. It's the same old Jungsburg.
Sonichi, just for Sabine, just to add, he's probably just dressed up as just for his normal school setup, but there might be an occasional flicker, like he's a little bit out of focus, or like a badly tuned TV, I feel.
Okay, cool.
Just occasionally the flicker of his unconscious self coming through.
That's really awesome. I like that. I think Sabine is just, smoking a cigarette and probably talking to Sonichi about a really weird inverse version of what they were talking about in real life. They were talking about what was going on in the collective unconscious and all the stuff that happened. So I think Sabine and Sonichi are having a mirror conversation to and then we walked down Main Street and things felt really, I felt really grounded and normal. It just weird stuff like that.
The world is complicated and messy, but as long as you rely on your friends, then there's at least some sense that can be made of the circumstances.
Yeah.
Link up, devil.
Rank up with your dealer. Your dealer will now die for you.
I resisted
Whoa.
making that joke, but yes, it's one of the that Chaim Daisy comic is very, very good, even if she's since moved on from that quite severely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is there anything else that you have idle conversation about in the dreamscape?
I think Sabine maybe talks about. She says to Sinichi, rooftops like these remind me of a time when I was back in middle school, and I used to take my mom and dad up here and make them look up at the sky and look down at the city from up here, from up there. But instead of like actually saying mom and dad, it's just like a buzzer, like when you get a question wrong, like a like when she says mom and dad.
We should always at least hang on to our pleasant memories we've got, even if we might have moved past them, I guess.
She takes a long drag and nods and says, what little ones I have left, I try to nurse as much as I can. That's for sure.
You exhale the smoke. Stars pour out of your mouth and join the rapidly spinning night sky. The phone in your pocket starts to buzz.
Ah, shit. Sorry, Sinichi, one sec. And she, like, as fast as she possibly can, like, rips it out and just answers it, trying to be on her best behavior. Yes, hello, Sabine speaking. Hello?
You look out on the horizon as nonsense warbling happens in your ear, and you see a hand grab onto the side of the roof.
Jesus fucking Christ, Sinichi. The fuck is... Do you see that?
And a minute.
It pulls itself up.
Shinichi is on his phone.
Hold on. I gotta finish this gotcha. Hold on.
It pulls itself up slowly.
I was going to say...
Oh, go ahead.
Don't be afraid of it, Sabine.
She's already taken a step back.
But Sabine, how could you not be afraid of it? It's the spitting image of your dad.
Jesus Christ. She just is backing up, like trying to like pass through the chain link fence and like backing more and more towards the corner of the school, and then of course that other shadow shows up. Great.
Yeah, another one steps out of the door to the roof. It's your mum.
She has recentered
It's
and
your dad.
It's trying.
It's your.
She's climbing the fence. She's getting ready to jump at this point.
Okay. What do you want to do?
Yeah, no, I think she's like climbing the fence. Like that's her. She wants to just run away.
Interesting. Let's make a roll for your egress from the situation.
Alrighty.
What do you want to roll? I guess this is a... Give me a second. This is a face danger roll. Makes sense to do that.
Okay, yep. I guess she would do maybe like alert as a tag and can't be too safe.
I am also going to invoke a weakness tag, consumed by revenge. You want to leave, but also... Fuck these guys.
Yeah, of course. Awesome. One second. And what was the roll you said one more time? I'm sorry.
Face danger, please.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
So what do you want to happen?
Yeah, I think that she climbs the fence. Gets on the other side. She sees the figures of, her mother and her father, as many of them as there are, and she's like getting ready to just like jump off of the building to make an escape, sort of like mindless fear. But I think she stops herself and looks down into her hand as she's like at the top of the chain link fence, and she's holding onto Longinus.
Interesting. This is a point that I must. This is also this dream is also a test of one of your identities. Specifically, the identity for I must see my parents again. I have to have quote unquote words with them. Depending on how you want to handle the situation, if you distance yourself from that identity one more time, that identity will break and turn into a mythos instead.
Right.
Just FYI of what you want to handle the situation in.
And I think that the way that this dream sequence played out makes a lot of sense then.
So Longinus has appeared in your hand. What do you want to do?
I'm just trying to think if I might add some words of encouragement.
So she's getting like crawled on by like my mom and dad. He's like, you're doing great. I mean,
weirdly enough.
In fact,
so go ahead.
I was going to say, while it's all sort of going on, he'll still be like checking his phone and smoking, and he'll probably sort of look up to Sabine and say, "There's nothing to be afraid of, Sabine. Everything's fine." And then potentially we'll go for you need to face it. You need to understand that this doesn't make you; you make it.
She considers your words for a second, thinks about what happened recently when she pushed herself and what she had been starting to forget about. She had actually like began to like push away her parents' faces in her mind. So this dream is pretty shaking to her. And then I think while she's sitting on top of the chain link fence, she hops back down with Longinus in hand, and she's going to pick the closest motherfucker, and she's going to chuck Longinus.
Absolutely. Go and give me a go toe-to-toe roll while I go and change the music.
Okay. Filled with rage and revenge are the tags that I will invoke.
Absolutely.
11.
Please play. There we go.
Yes, good music.
Thank you.
Feel free to do... Well, it's a critical success, so do what the fuck you want.
Can I, like, take out multiple in a sequence?
It's a dream, absolutely. You can even change your token if you wanted to, depending.
I don't think she is, and that's the thing. I think that she's going to stay as she is, using Longinus, and she's going to, she chucks Longinus through the nearest, shadow. It pierces one, and then another behind it, and she, like, sprints forward, grabs it, takes it out of the wall, and, like, does a really anime, like, spin, and slices a couple more down. You know, she's just, like, mowing these things down in this, like, just... since like the absolute seeing red sequence.
Upon striking them, they shatter like glass with, and sound like glass as well. You strike one, you rush down and strike another. One tries to climb over the fence, and you get right behind it. And you stab it through the chain link fence.
Yes.
And pull the spear back and stab again and again and again. The sound of cracking glass repeats over and over and over and over. And you wake up. You are in your bathroom. You look at your reflection replicated in multiple. That makes no sense. Wait, the mirror's broken? Your hand is bleeding.
Awesome.
Ugh!
Hey.
Oh boy.
Goodness.
Fun times. So please go and mark attention on the theme book that Consumed by Rage is one of your weakness tags.
Okay.
And please mark attention on Why Did Longinus Come to Me? Since you are now exploring that mistoir. Fun times, right?
Absolutely.
Fun
Little
times.
chip.
Give me a second to... I'll let y'all decompress while I set up the next scene, because I need to flip some things over. Give me a sec.
Let's go
So
for
wait,
this.
I'm marking 2 attentions.
Yes, so the it might be that Consumed by Rage and Why Did Longinus Come to Me are the same theme book. And that
They
is
are,
this
okay,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. But
Just want to make sure. Thank you.
two separate instances of you gaining EXP for different reasons. How are we feeling about what the fuck that was?
I think
Sabine's a cool character.
Sanichi's going to just meet it. First thing he sees Lucian. Well, you were no bloody use, were you? What?
I just got here.
I think Lucian says, like, it's funny, I should be saying that to you. Wait, no, not you, Sabine. I mean, you weren't useful at all either, but you weren't even there, Shinichi.
What are you talking about before? Like last week when we did the thing? I think I was pretty useful then. The big mech and the spear. That was pretty cool, right?
Was pretty cool.
Okay, cool.
It, you know, in retrospect, it was an odd assumption that.
Is this all like texting each other the next morning?
Yeah. Going is in the group chat going like, hey, so I learned about these like types of radiation. So there's alpha, beta. And also there's one I don't like, which is gamma. It's weird, huh?
Yes.
Sabine texts back noticeably slower because she's only using one hand.
Lucian is just like, oh my god, my mouth feels so dry. What happened last night?
Nice. I suppose even if you weren't necessarily consciously in your dream or in other people's dreams, it might have, because you have all awakened to the nature of the blurring between fiction and reality, a light bleed between. Interestingly enough, in one of the early versions of Voidheart Symphony, and the segment has been removed since, which is actually kind of a shame. It kind of talks about how social links in Voidheart Symphony can reflect in the dreams you have after the fact, which is what gave me the inspiration for this. But yeah, I really like the idea of doing something major and then it coming back to reflect in the dream that you have later. But for now.
Yeah, Going wakes up and wonders, why does my leg smell so bad?
Where's my slipper gone?
Okay. Yeah, it is. Okay, so I apologize. In my hunt for artwork and stuff, things like time of day and camera angles was quite difficult to get in open source artwork, so some of the events won't 100% match the photography we have handy. I apologize.
I'm sure it'll survive.
I don't know. I've been a horrendous perfectionist about putting some of this together, but
So unprofessional. It's ruined everything.
It's just overcast. It's just overcast. It's fine.
Listen, call the Big Ten down to erase me too. I'm gone. Bye.
It is 9 a.m. the next day, and Tom Pippin, a runner for the local organized crime, only 16 years old, is on Elysium Island looking at their watch and very worried. He's supposed to be here. Why isn't he here yet? And then running in the background.
Toast in mouth. Sorry, Tom. Sorry, Tom.
Oh, thank God, no. Thank God.
Slept right through my alarm.
The ferry that takes you between the mainland and Elysium Island is not sporadic, but not as often as you would like. After all, the people that have reason to go here have private yachts and a variety of other boats that aren't available to public transports that go much more regularly. Okay. Do you have the goods? You were delivered actually quite late last night, which is your scribblings on your wall were interrupted by a delivery of the how should we say, item supply service.
Yeah,
that passes by your house.
An Americano, 2 Vesuvios, and a Margarita, wasn't it?
The box was full of pills.
I shall make sure it's in the second box down, and there is a slightly cold-looking pizza in the one above it.
All right. So, I have been given the name of the person, and you were given the supplies. After all, if we got stopped on the way in, it would be bad if we had to give over all the information at once. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've done this before, Tom. Come on, old hat.
So, we're looking for a Farron Wyndham, or something like that. A university student, apparently.
Farron Wyndham, gotcha. We'll yawn somewhat non-committally.
Yeah, you should technically be at school. At the time that you were given this assignment, Sabine offered to cover for you, whether she did or not.
I suspect the third grandmother's funeral of this year's already been called in, so...
Yeah, and then you get to call out the principal for... What, you don't think my grandmas are lesbian? I have 3 grandmoms and they're all dead.
It's devastating.
Devastating.
My 7 granddads were so upset.
I'm a really progressive family, okay?
Rushing across a Tobacon University campus. Right. Hi, hello, hi. God, I'm late, aren't I? I was pulling an all-nighter, which these are definitely going to help with. Hi.
Don't worry about it. It's friendo. We've all done that. So, food order, wasn't it?
Yes, an early morning pizza. Farron smiles incredibly tiredly and no joy in the eyes.
Excellent. Nudge, Tom. What's the code word again? Something.
I do believe that the code word was what would he say on our side. He pulls out like a little black book and skims through it, and it's kind of like cold weather this time of year. Oh yes, but I have seen some bluebells lately. He's legit.
Seems good. There you go, sir. Enjoy your pizza. Don't eat it all at once, Sinichi.
Oh god, no. Farron smiles. It's like these are study drugs. I think if I ate all of them, I
don't want to know.
Oh,
the
no.
pizzas.
I mean, like, I have already, without these, been pulling an all-nighter. I need a sit down, and, like, goes over to a bench. And it's kind of like, talking to high schoolers feels like some low-pressure time. Could you humour me?
Not a problem at all, sir. Cigarette, sir?
I don't smoke, but knock yourself out.
Yeah, will do. So, what's the exams? It's exam season, is it?
Oh god, yeah. But that's not really much of my concern at the moment. I'm an engineer, and you can tell that he's wearing a biker jacket, but is also wearing a lab coat above the biker jacket.
Okay.
And this has been good for me. Gesturing towards the pizza box. But times are kind of hard on this island at the moment. How to put it? Yeah. Didn't you catch the news? we've opened to people who can't afford the entrance fee anymore.
Oh, terrible. Bringing the quality down. Say somewhat dryly.
He gives you a withering look. It's not that. It's what the establishment have done on the other side of it. So this was all a kind of like, hey, we're not exclusive. Anybody can join, and that's great. You know, there are plenty of really talented people who can't afford our entrance fees. But to make us really selective, they have made the tests so much harder. And they have made it quite clear that not passing the tests means that they are not going to have you back next semester.
Ouch. Yeah, that's pretty harsh.
So, while I thought I was going to be kind of riding high on the engineering project I'm working on, but I am currently failing my Mandarin classes, so additional studying and maybe a little bit of additional help. He wink nudges Tom, and Tom just laughs nervously. It's like ha 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 ha. It seems
cigarette, Tom. Please.
He takes a cigarette from you and kind of drags from it quite deeply. He does not know how to handle a 20-year-old trying to talk to them candidly as equals.
I imagine him then having a massive coughing fit has not been a man who's particularly apt with cigarettes.
Yeah. Yes, sounds rough. Or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. I'm probably fine, but there's a lot of close friends who are looking at some of their mandatory exams and sweating, you know?
No, I fully understand. Is it? How many people have we got the year that they brought in? Is it quite a small niche little group, or they really thrown the gates up?
New intake of kids who couldn't afford the previous. Couldn't tell you, but I would think in the ballpark of maybe more than 50, less than 100.
So I assume they're not giving the higher test to the people who've just paid the way in.
No, we're all fucked, mate.
Oh, right. Oh, I see. That's
Call it a clerical error if you must.
Indeed.
But I mean, this engine could be revolutionary. It'd be a fucking waste if I had to go and leave the school and didn't have the research funding anymore just because I couldn't remember how to go and write business deal in Mandarin.
Tell me about your engine. That seems at least interesting.
Oh,
Take your mind off the exams.
I mean, yeah, I guess I could tell. And he launches into an explanation that is definitely above your, 16-year-old head? Double checking the ages of my protagonists. Yeah, yep, 16. Yep. But it seems that this engine is really efficient, like the most efficient ever. What that kind of means in the long term, you couldn't really tell, but hey, sounds cool.
She'll nod and at least appropriate things and sound like I'm following it when I'm obviously absolutely not.
Mm-hmm. And then his phone goes off, being like, "Oh, sorry, give me a second." And he looks at it and goes pale. Oh God. Shit. I should probably be going. And he stands up to leave, but he's also kind of like flittering a bit, like he's not quite sure of what he's supposed to be doing.
Do you need a hand there, mate? She'll say, presumably picking up the pizza box and passing it to him.
And he picks up the thing that he, bought, so he's actually kind of like, oh yeah, I need that. Whoops. Sure. Yeah. I've just been called away for some. He's being cagey. Whether it's something that you're interested in pressing or not is up to you.
Let me just have a quick look. Do you know what? Grab a shake and have a chat, mate. Takes a bit of pressure off the mind if, problem shared and all that.
Give me a
right.
convince roll, please.
Yeah. I might add perfect pitch to it as from my fixer quote.
Cool.
Where are we? Convince.
Mild success, mixed success. No, I don't have time. This is I suppose it's fine to tell you, so you're not freaking out like I'm gonna dob you in for use running or whatever, running items or whatever. A friend of mine has just been rushed to a hospital. Seems she was stabbed.
Well, all the best, mate. I won't hold you up then.
Oh shit. We should go. That sounds real dangerous, dude.
Tom, shut up.
And Tom starts backing up. And yeah, real big. I'm gone. Enjoy the money or whatever. See you. And he vanishes off somewhere else.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I presume he is. Yeah,
Yeah.
all right. Calm down. You haven't been stabbed yet.
No, but what if it's like that's more to study drugs than just one person? What if they all got caught? We should go. Let's fuck off.
Yeah, all right. Oh, Tom, tell Bazza this is my last room.
Yeah, the game.
Still keeping a few things right, but studies and all.
His eyes narrow. You do realise that quitting isn't that easy.
I know, but we've got other irons in the fire at the moment.
Yeah, like not being caught for some kind of drug-running crime shit. And he gets going and moves off towards other parts of the island, and you follow suit. You move through. Hold on, because I'm looking at the wrong layer. That's why. You move through the island and trying to make your way back towards the ferry point, and before long, pass through the Statue Plaza on Elysium Island. And as you do, a statue catches your eye. You go and stare at it. It feels weirdly like hypnotic is the wrong word, but catches your attention.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting music, cool.
Yeah.
It seems like you've seen this before, and you think a little bit, and this looks like Pavo, the monarch or whatever that you researched with Lucian the other day.
Oh yeah.
It glitters, and catching the light, it's made of some kind of combination of chrome and glass, capturing the morning sun, reflecting off the incredibly futuristic buildings. You see, one of the things that we established in our kind of world building in Session 0 on Elysium Island is that parts of the area have like TV screens set beneath the floor that display all sorts of weird data that's being accrued and processed. And it seems in a brief moment they all kind of harmonize in a certain way. They all just kind of seem to be showing the same information, an easy ripple, a waveform. And then, like, just for a couple frames, but the color, it feels familiar, like blood and ink.
Notably step back.
Case 2. Judge, jury, and executioner. And with that, I think we're going to go into our first break, or our break for real brief, because I think I need to go and rehydrate. Who would like to be really dramatic and say Arcana Corps after a couple of seconds? Who's up for doing that? Who's up for doing that?
I'll do it. I don't think I've done it yet.
Yeah, absolutely. So give the music a couple seconds, and then dramatically say Arcana Corps like it's an eye catch in an anime.
Arcana Corps. Arcana Corps.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for waiting. We are all refreshed and revitalized. While I go and set up the next scene, let's go and have a little bit of a free chat moment. The shenanigans have happened during the day, but now we can have a moment of after school. That event happened at 9 a.m. that day, but time has now passed. And your regular school day is now over. What time did Sunichi get back to Migdal High?
Probably lunchtime. Probably have rocked into class post lunch, slightly late, looking exceptionally sleepy.
Sunichi, where were you? I needed smokes this morning and you weren't there.
Sorry. I had a job. He'll sort of yawn a bit excessively at this point. Hang on. I do have some.
Oh yeah,
there
that little twerp that came on the roof the other day. That job. Go okay?
A bit weird, actually. Went over to Elise Miles. Just delivering some pizza. But apparently there's been a stabbing over there, so keep an eye on the news.
No one gets stabby on Elysium.
Exactly.
Everybody's pretty damn rich and quite well maintained. So even if somebody did get stabbed, making the general news might get quashed en route.
Where's this thing taking place right now?
I'll leave that up to you to decide. This might be after school for you.
Like the cafeteria or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I was picturing like in the background, Lucian like turns a corner, sees Shinichi, looks surprised, and marches over. Shinichi, where were you? I needed that box of cards.
At grandmother's funeral, I think.
Wait, not your second grandma?
Third.
Okay, sorry. My
Not
bad.
Miriam. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it. I've got another 2 planned next week as well.
Wow.
Another two.
You got them planned?
No, another 2 funerals.
You got your funeral your
Lord.
grandma's planned? How fast? Sorry.
Polyamorous lesbian grandmothers, don't worry about it.
Listen,
Progressive family.
I'm worried about Shinichi and the kind of family deaths he has to process. That's a lot of grief. You okay, buddy?
It's horrific, he'll say. Yawning again. There's some. I'm absolutely cut up about.
well, listen, everyone processes these things differently. If I know I had a lot of fun memories with Miriam. She was a real card, so I'm sorry, I got a little choked up there.
Pat Lucian on the shoulder slightly. Where's the vending machine? I need one of those god-awful cold black coffee things.
So about the stabbing, like
Stabbing?
Oh yeah, we've been talking about it for the past 20 seconds. So you think like one of those rich kids got someone else to do it, like they paid them?
That's the only way I see that happening.
Yeah,
I mean, if I had that sort of money, I wouldn't be doing my own wet work. So it's
Dark.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I was gonna say, like, do you think they're hiring? Like, I need
So you're looking for some side hustle?
a
Wait,
little bit.
someone got stabbed? Lucian was almost like personally offended.
I think it was established in one of the previous sessions that Sunichi has a bunch of burner phones that they gave over to Agent Fields to become equipped with a Rider app. I think was how that previously went. Unless you want to have a personal phone that Ryder can contact you on, I would deny.
I don't mind having Ryder contact me on my personal.
Okay.
But I think that's just because Sabine is kind of like nihilistic and depressed, so she doesn't really care.
The burner phone is actually the only phone Goin is allowed to have, and not because of his ad. So like he's been playing shit like Snake on it.
I mean, that's very pure. There's no microtransactions in Snake, so to be honest, you're harming no
This one does. This one was developed on Elysium, and it does have microtransactions.
Disgusting.
Hey, what is this Grand Blue Fantasy? I keep hearing about it.
So here, what you want to do is you want to roll for Vikala, and then when you have her, you've won.
Oh,
I-
wait. The stabbing, though. Why was someone stabbed? That's terrible. That shouldn't happen.
Because someone put a knife to them.
I bring that up because you all get a phone call. Agent Fields calls in. I just realized, by the way, and I didn't really say previously, I noticed that in my previous records, voice mod, despite being able to do all the fun, silly voice filter things, was making my voice clip really, really badly, and it was bugging me on the recordings, so we're navigating without the vocal effects. If that is untenable for either you or my listeners,
Unprofessional. This wasn't my contract.
Immersion.
Yeah, I will do some I mean, I want to get it to work because it's nice to be able to do the vocal effects when it matters, but I would rather have audio that doesn't horrendously spike. So, but yes, you get a call in from Agent Fields. Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Agent Fields.
Hi. How are you all doing?
I'm a little disturbed. I heard there was a stabbing.
Oh no, at Migdal High?
I don't know. I know nothing about the stabbing, just that someone's been stabbed and everyone else is very lax about it.
Well, we'll check our police reports for anything major, and if it turns out to be supernatural, you can hear the air quotes. I guess we can send somebody on it. Although...
Supernatural knives?
Hmm?
Supernatural knives?
I mean...
it could be a normal knife manipulator.
He pauses for the moment. I mean, Jack the Ripper was a famous piece of mythology, a real criminal turned into legend, so that's feasible. And he trails off a little bit, thinking about various people from fiction and mythology who could feasibly be serial stabbers should they choose a human to be their mythos. Wait, no, I'm going off track a little bit. Would you mind making your way to Starlight Lanes now that you've finished work today? There's maybe a bit of debriefing that needs to be done on your previous mission.
Yeah, we got nothing, right?
Just bed. That's Nietzsche.
You can nap on the way there. I'll carry you.
I have an important important question to ask you, but we can have it. We can talk about it on the way. This is a very dumb question that should be handled off screen, and I think we'll like transition into the next scene with just Lucian being like, okay, so let's say Homer Simpson would be far too recent to be established as someone's fictional link.
That's a very important question.
There was a chainsaw robot on Futurama, and I was thinking that if someone maybe like, okay, that's good to know. Thank you.
Well, Futurama is off air, so I think you could get away with that one.
Yeah, but isn't it in the future? So that would be even like further than the present.
Oh my god, my brain! Hold on, I don't know anymore.
A thing that I can mention on air. It's something that we discussed during our kind of like off-air session 0 when everybody was building characters. But what counts as mythos for this game, within City of Mist as a whole, any fictional character is fair game, but I wanted to specifically have entities that would be outside of copyright. So that would be, Iron Man would be off the cards, but Alice in Wonderland would be like fair game because the characters in that have long since lapsed in terms of copyright, which is why you face the Red Queen in your from Alice Through the Looking Glass as the previous nightmare. So
why I'm not turning into Eric Cartman on my other side of my token.
Man. I mean, there's many reasons why that would be vetoed.
Honestly, I'm kind of grateful that I don't have to go toe to toe against the king from Lego Chess because I feel it.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to the action, as it were. So we make our way over to Rider HQ.
Yo, Andy.
Good afternoon. Hi, hello. Thank you for making it here. How was your day at school been? He turns from having been bowling. It was a very mediocre game.
I learned about radiation. I don't like the gamma ones.
He pauses for a second. Is this... Well, you previously voiced some disdain. I'm just going to move Lucian over here. There we go. You mentioned previously some disdain about receiving help from Team Gamma. Is it that? Is it an extension of that? Because that seems relatively unnecessary.
No, because gamma radiation is the one that hurts people the most. So that's why I don't like it.
Made the Hulk too, I think, right?
Yeah, superpowers and stuff.
He laughs at that. He's very aware of the fact that, you know, mythos is pretty similarly akin to superpowers. So... Shinichi died, okay.
I was trying to find out. He is just falling asleep.
Your ability to flip you over.
Flopped into one of the... There we go, Tam. Flopped into one of the seats on the bowling thing. He's just like put his feet up.
I pull Shinichi and I get a strike.
No.
I think I like put my jacket over his face.
Oh.
Like a dead body. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lucian just picks up a single bowling shoe and puts it on his head in the same way that
Ancient Fields making fun of me.
I'm glad you're all in high spirits today. I just wanted to now that you've had a little bit of time to decompress from your debut mission to go and talk about what we found out from our research into what you retrieved from the collective unconscious last time. If you could please follow me. I don't think you've actually been into Ryder HQ proper. This isn't just a bowling alley. And he starts to march down the lane at the very, very end. And kind of like pushes a button on the wall, and the entire partition kind of slides away, revealing a staircase. And before long, yes, we've worked hard in turning this abandoned bowling alley into somewhere we could call home. He smiles thinly.
Is the lunch free here? My dad forgot to pack some.
Oh,
somehow.
Catering is complicated considering, you know, a very limited range of the people that we can have on board, but we do get food in occasionally, delivered back to us from a separate location. And he walks and talks as you make your way down to the Ryder HQ proper.
Ooh,
Snazzy.
interesting.
I don't have a specific meeting room prepared, but you know, he kind of like takes you over to a space. Think like in any kind of like large scale office where there's the public facing areas and there's like booth seating, so you can have conversations with guests without having to take them into the building proper. It's that kind of
The Ryder HQ conversation pit.
Yeah. That kind of space.
How busy is it? Just...
There are a couple of agents and researchers milling around, but not many. It seems that this place is quite lightly staffed. But you think about, you know, if this is a governmental organization, which government for one? They didn't elaborate on that. And secondly, how many branches of this government are there? If this is an establishment that is only open to people who have awoken to their mythos, and how many people that might be, just how many people could feasibly work here?
Yeah.
He pulls out... the best way I can describe it is kind of like the hard plastic cases that you could use to contain a rare trading card in. And removes that from his briefcase and places it on the table. And it is a very kind of like... it's a tarot card, essentially. It is a old-looking, weathered tarot card. But you recognize the icon... You recognize the design on it. It is definitely the nightmare that you fought while in Yusuke Tenma's Dreamscape. which I will pull from the graphical archive if I can find it again. Give me a second.
Is it the same like card or like the same like actual art? Like the actual mythos is on
cool.
the card.
It's quite. I think the card. You know how I've had like the tokens as Polaroids. It's quite diegetic. I think the tarot card does genuinely look like this, where you see the nightmare emblazoned upon it.
Hey, that's the big boss that we fought at the end of that last crazy thing that we did together. That was, yeah.
Indeed, it is, as I understand, Yusuke's nightmare. An elaborate manifestation of his subconscious wills that has taken over his form. We've encountered daydreams on a semi-regular basis. They happen pretty much anywhere where the barrier between reality and fiction is thin and strong emotions are present. But this kind of thing is unique. We've come across a very small number of nightmares previously, but none of them have produced this. He taps the desk and the card.
So we were the dry run for this. Fun.
Something like that. We talked to our researchers about it, and this thing is entirely fictional.
Huh.
It sure didn't feel fictional when it slapped me across the room with its big head.
Yeah, it was pretty real when it made me attack Shinichi.
Yes. Well, you know, within the collective unconsciousness, what's real and what is fiction is one and the same. But this is the real world. He kind of broadly gestures to the space. While the barrier is thin within Rider HQ, it's still definitely on the side of reality, but this is an entirely fictional object within the real world.
So is this the first time something like this has happened?
It's incredibly uncommon. It's quite rare for things that are supposed to be 100% fictional existing solidly within the real world without somebody actively trying to maintain them, you know, believing their own delusions and all that. But at this point, Yusuke Tenma is happy and healthy. As I understand, he's now working at the Face Yourself makeup store. I suppose he's paying back the large amount of goods that was stolen from the establishment.
Yep.
What is the meaning of this card's existence in front of us?
Well, that's just the thing. This is incredibly... I mean, I don't want to be hyperbolic, but revolutionary. Something entirely fictional existing is in the real world. Something that could make a fictional ideal real is... I mean... absurd, but clearly not. This could change everything. He puts the card away for now.
So when we're in the collective unconscious, I think we all had that peculiar vision of him receiving this card. Or at least a voice offering him the card.
How to put that? That was technically that kind of cutscene, as it were, is, you know, just his explanation, verbal explanation to you turned to, but you didn't necessarily see a vision therein.
No,
He's just a very good storyteller, as it turns out.
No, that's cool. That's cool. But yeah, there was the whole that card shop that wasn't there, where he supposedly got it from.
Yes,
you
did say that there was some kind of fortune teller establishment in the historic quarter, and then we went to investigate, and it wasn't actually there.
Huh.
So is this maybe someone or something that can make fictional objects real and bestow, or I suppose curse, other people with them?
Guess so.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder if the definition of fiction may be more malleable than we think.
In this line of work, you'll find that comes up surprisingly often. Sabine, your phone rings.
I excuse myself and find a quiet little corner of the nearby office space.
You step away for the time being, and it turns out that it is your counselor, Sebastian Bulwark.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bulwark. How are you?
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Finished up school. Just walking home now.
Good. I've been hearing really kind things from the community center that you assist at. They've told me that they wouldn't know what to do without you and Goyne, your friend.
Yeah, he's one of the boys that likes to volunteer there. I just like to take care of the cats, and help them carry stuff, boxes and stuff around. It seems to be working. It seems to, help them out.
You're selling yourself short. They've said that your cooking is actually pretty good. Soup, I think they said, was your specialty.
It's just soup. Something a recipe I looked up online. It's nothing to write home about.
Miss Kistner, his voice darkens a little bit. I don't necessarily have bad news, but something happened and I figured I should tell you directly.
Okay. What is it?
Your parents dropped a call today.
Oh. Did you happen to speak with them?
Yes, they were asking where you are currently staying. Which, under doctor-client confidentiality, I did not directly mention to them. I did not tell them where your apartment was, but I figured it would be prudent for me to let you know that they were asking after you.
Thank you for letting me know and for not telling them, first of all. Just keep me posted if they try to contact again. I have their numbers blocked on my phone like you told me to, so I haven't gotten any calls.
Yes. I will, if they decide to continue pressing me for information about you, I will continue to rebuff as I am a professional. But if they try to go above my head, and I sincerely doubt that this will actually be a cause. You've been making astounding progress. If you give the law reason to intervene, unfortunately, there's very little I can do.
I understand. Think that there won't be a problem. We won't have to get the cops involved, I promise.
Yes. You've been making astounding progress, and I'm proud of you, Sabine Kistner. You've been doing incredibly well.
Thank you, Mr. Bulwark. I'm looking forward to therapy next week.
I hope you have a wonderful evening.
Same to you, sir. Talk to you next time. Bye.
And Sebastian hangs up.
Sabine just puts her phone in her pocket and collapses in the corner and just lets out a big sigh.
Mm-hmm. You sit there for a while, regaining your nerves after that call, and before long, you make your way back over towards the group of everybody. And it seems that while you were gone, the atmosphere has changed a little bit. Agent Fields looks somewhat serious.
Fields, you look like someone ripped one while I was gone.
I was I got a phone call myself while you were away.
You're a parole officer too?
He genuinely laughs, but unfortunately it's something more severe, and the laughter leaves his face. It seems there has been a string of violent incidents on Elysium Island today.
Nailed it. So Sonichi from under whatever jacket has been placed back over his head.
It's mine again.
You've moved rooms, but since the jacket back on you again, it's like, no, we must maintain state. It was I know a small amount of Elysium Island, and the fact that it being part of Atomicon Technologies means that anything especially complicated, he air quotes out there, is kept under wraps. But it seems that this, not in addition to a violent incident, there's been some research sabotage, and that is much more difficult to keep under wraps from prying eyes. We have deployed, or rather, there were already Rider agents deployed on the scene, but I think this is maybe a good opportunity for all of you to assist in a helping hand, making sure that whatever's going on there is not supernatural, and if it turns out to be a mundane affair, then we can step back from that. But if it's something big enough to let, other people who aren't part of Atomicon Technologies know that there's something serious going on, then it might be something that is important for us to know.
Well, it's a good call to bring in the only team to have fought a nightmare such as that size as, Delta team. So, it makes sense.
You've become confident, I see. Good. All right, then. Team Delta, please make your way to Elysium Island.
Are you going to pay for our ferry tickets? Those are pretty expensive over there.
Yes, the ferry that goes back and forth for members of the public is somewhat slow at the best of times, but don't worry, we can arrange a private watercraft for you.
Lap of luxury.
Oh. Well, I won't say no.
Goyne, do you have any feelings or anything to say on the circumstance before we vanish?
I've never been. I wonder how people are out there living a big life on an island. I always wanted to live on an island,
I hear they make caviar sandwiches over there, Goyne. Make sure you have an empty stomach.
Man, I just want lunch.
It's like fancy egg cereal that you spread on things. You'll love it, don't worry.
See it? Can I eat
Fancy
now?
egg cereal. Oh my god. And with that, we move over to Elysium Island. The scene resumes outside the dormitories on Atomicon Academy. It appears actually that Atomicon Academy is not just a high school; it is a high school and a university, which Shinichi is now familiar with, having met a university student. There are multiple dormitories. The high school and the university dormitories, or at least what would be called student accommodation at the university level, have been kept separate for a variety of sensible reasons. You arrive on the scene. Lucian, do you have control of your legs?
Yes.
Cool. You arrive outside the university accommodation to see a police car and an ambulance outside, and you see a familiar detective who is both writing some notes, directing forensics, and trying to assuade the quite excited and slightly nervous members of Atomicon University who are wondering what's going on.
Hold me back, Sonichi. Mucha's here.
Oh, wonderful. Let's see how much malware we end up after this little encounter.
Detective.
What kind of voice we had for is slow and relatively calm. It is Harfong, if I recall correctly.
Yes, indeed. Pleasure to see you again, though I'm sorry it's not under better circumstances.
Welcome to the job of detective work.
I suppose so.
Although I must say this is considerably more serious than stolen goods. I'm sure... Message in the chat, what did you just say? Oh, okay, fine. I see the entirety of your squad are present, so that means that Ryder has sent 2 groups to go and handle this. How delightful.
Wait,
What?
two groups?
2 groups.
Who's the
You
other?
mean there's been another gang of... as... I don't know whether the temptation to say uppity kids was just mine or also Lucian's.
I mean, you can absolutely say that in character if you want.
Yeah, you mean there's been another gang of young folk going around and trying to... Lucian looks over the rest of the crew to see if they noticed them just like hovering on that term.
Young folk, you sound like Sinichi's 3rd dead grandma.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say little shits there, and I would have agreed with you.
Hey.
Hey, that's a rude thing to say about our backup.
Sabine, do not disparage Miriam. She was a queen, an icon, and a character.
Anyway, I suppose you'll hear about the violent incident that was reported. It seems that word around Ryder gets around quickly.
Apparently, we need to do your job for you again. So,
Daenerys' expression narrows.
Sabine like gives you like a punch on the shoulder and like laughs and like bends over laughing.
Lucian, I think Lucian was holding a like brochure that they picked up on the boat over. They just like rolled up and then bopped Shinichi on the head like it's a new.
Mori, do you happen to be a criminal psychologist?
I'd probably get the ID for it if you gave me an afternoon, Symphony.
It seems you've fallen short on that piece of academia, unsurprisingly. In that
He's got
case,
the psychology to be a criminal, that's for sure.
Lucian goes for a very stiff high five for going.
Goin looks at you like, what is this? What are you trying? Okay, like very slowly, and it's like almost wet, like.
Yeah, see, you zing. What are you?
look,
Bazinga.
I agree.
No.
I agreed to keep informing Ryder of any cases that might pertain to them, and I've already given this spiel to the other 2, so I suppose I can give it to 4 more kids.
That'd be great, actually.
So it seems that there were 2 major incidents that have kind of come up as of late. There was early last night, around maybe 2 in the morning or so, a stabbing of one of the students within Atomicon's university division. Thankfully not fatal. We inspected the crime scene. We found her, managed to get her into medical attention quite swiftly. But similarly, there was a report of a breaking into the the chemistry research labs, and in a very important science project. She kind of says that quite blasé. By context, the research project is probably more than the science fair dealie, but hey, a very important science project was apparently damaged beyond repair, and that was significant enough to cause alarm bells at a criminal level. But this is where the case gets slightly interesting. It seems that it was an acid attack that destroyed that particular project. And rooting around the space and we found who that jar of acid belonged to, and looking in their locker, we found a bloody knife. It didn't take too long to be able to go and connect those pieces of information together, but it seems that upon trying to go and take that suspect into custody, we weren't allowed.
You weren't allowed.
Loud.
Must be pretty low on the totem pole then, there, Mucha.
Was there?
Welcome to an island forged by elaborate, unknowable billionaires, Kistner. It seems
Is
that
it-
when you have the money, you can operate outside of the rules.
Is the food here any good? I'm starving.
Ah. So this is clearly a case above your own head, Lapis Blue. That's fine.
You can just call me by my first name. That's weird. And
I don't
No,
think she remembers that. I think she's one of those people that like is so professional. She only listens to the last names going.
No,
Lucian,
I know.
Alright.
Ah,
A
well,
roll leaflet. Do I need to bop both of you? Can we just focus on these stabbings?
all right,
To
Mucha.
primary information.
Mucha. What's the deal with the red tape then?
the powers that be refused to say, but to be honest, it's pretty obvious from the circumstances. The kid who we have considered a culprit is clearly connected to somebody important. And as a result, whoever that person's parents are has said that that kid is not going to a Jungsburg Police Department jail anytime soon. So we've managed to strike up a compromise. We've managed to keep them held in a lecture classroom for the time being, which, depending on how you feel about university-level study, is something close to a prison.
Yeah, it sounds like that they're well under lock and key. So they're just in a classroom somewhere on campus, and that's them being locked up.
Being looked at by police while they're doing it, but you know. While I have managed to go and get people involved on the off chance, not the guarantee, the off chance that supernatural things are involved, I have already spoken to 2 members from Ryder, and they were more than happy to be able to go and handle the case.
Well, we're more than happy to handle the case. Thank you very much.
Yes, we are extremely happy right now. Look at all of us smiling. We're grinning so large. Lucian turns back with a manic grin.
Mm-hmm.
Sabine is like sticking her tongue out at Mucha.
Going tries to smile, but like he has to hold up the corners of his mouth.
And Shinichi is under a jacket, I'm sure.
No, definitely awake now. Definitely had a good sleep on the barge over. He'll just have his most sort of innocent smile on.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fine. If you guys are still going to insist on trying to get under my feet when these 2 already have, I'll go and give them a call, and then they can tell you that you're unnecessary. And she pops out her smartphone and gets...
Wait, do we?
We'll do you.
Group huddle. Do we
We'll
want?
tell you they're unnecessary because they are.
Yeah, they are. Do we? Group huddle. Do we want that? Do we want Mucha to contact Gamma, or do you want to like?
I mean,
show up?
she's doing that regardless of how you feel. She feels
As
like
much as I
calling
would
them
like
will
to
make you
beg for her
go
to
away.
not talk to the other team, I feel like Mucha works on her own
Yeah.
decisions here.
Well, she works with Ryder. She's not underneath the Ryder. You have no jurisdiction over her. But
Right.
yes, before long, she gives a call and 2 people show up.
What do they look like?
Hello, we are Team Gamma, the foreign exchange welcome to Tatooine Rider!
What the actual fuck? Okay. Two students, 2 people show up. They're older than you. They look to be in their kind of like very late teens or early 20s.
Hate them already.
Yeah.
There is.
Going like
Sorry, go ahead.
going like approaches them as they approach, and like does the thing where he like looks down his nose at them,
Mm-hmm.
and just tries to gauge them, you know,
Mm.
like so.
The first student shows up first. She is in a quite expensive business suit, pencil skirt. It seems to have a bespoke motif. You see kind of like vines and thorns kind of as piping on the blazer outline, with bright red hair and a rose-shaped barrette holding it together.
I want to be mad at her, but her fashion's too cool. Damn it, Shinichi.
So should we try and guess their mythos by looking at them? So, guy on the right, it's either going to be Charlotte from Charlotte's Web or Little Miss. Let's just refer to him as Muffet for the rest of the conversation.
She goes to meet you directly, going, and meets you in the eye, and sticks out her hand. Hey, nice to meet you.
Oh God, what are those? Going, like meets her handshake, but turns it into like, okay, no, I don't turn it into a cool handshake. I give her the nice person, the nice white person handshake first, and then I'm gonna see if she does the cool handshake. Does she?
Oh no, she gives you. She kind of like slaps your hand, goes for daps, and
Does she do the wiggly fingers?
she's like, yeah. Oh man, this is the other. Oh my god, this is the other like Jungsburg crew for Ryder. That's so exciting! Hell yeah! I love to have colleagues. Oh, I did some. Well, rather, my partner did some research into all of you, so I know who you all are. You're going, right?
I am going. Yes, of Team Delta, of Ryder, of Jungsburg.
Absolutely. And that over there is Lucian, Sinichi, and Sabine, right?
I think so. Yes.
Don't like this one bit.
Marvelous. I should probably introduce myself. My name's Vega.
Vega. The callback.
Was that Scream in character?
That was Marcy. Marcy Scream. Callback. Throwback to another campaign. Shout out.
Oh, no.
Shout out to Vega.
Oh, okay, I see.
Shout out to fucking Vega and her dad. Rest in peace. Yeah. Nice to meet you. Nice. So like you said, her clothing was like ivy patterns.
Rose vine patterned.
Rose vine. Right. So Going goes. Nice outfit. Where'd you get it? A garden?
Custom tailored.
Of course. In a garden, right?
He's trying so hard. To,
She's
she doesn't-
entirely ignoring your opportunity
Unfazed,
to
yeah.
dump with, like pure energy. Oh, I should probably introduce my colleague, my other member of Team Gamma. There is like a guy standing off from the rest. He is like looking not shy, just kind of like lightly disengaged. He's supposed to be here, but he's also suppressing his presence quite like heavily. Hi. Yeah.
I immediately walk up to him.
Sure. Hello. And he offers you an entirely ordinary handshake.
Come on, we do the cool handshake.
he stares at you like, I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to be doing here, but fine. He goes and like shakes your closed fist in a very like get out style circumstance.
Okay, I don't even want to know your name. Bye. I walk off.
Going, you're Joker.
That
That's
suits me
you
just fine,
joke
to be
all the
honest.
time. I'm sorry about my. Lucian looks over and like I think you see word bubbles popping up over his head, like coworker, friend. I'm sorry about the boy. Just kidding.
What?
Cirrus is like, you guys seem to be having an elaborate conversation, so I'm just going to be actually doing my job and not babysitting teenagers. Excuse me.
Can I have a donut?
Oh,
Boing.
good one. The fist bump.
So, you're, I read up about you. You're Lucian Harfang. You are somebody whose mythos involves elaborate literature, and yet you have yet to fully discover the name of your mythos, I suppose. But still, and he smiles very, very lightly. You're a person after my own heart, I suppose.
Oh, really? How so?
Well, my mythos is similarly interested in stories. Oh, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Kier Veleris.
Yes.
Yes.
God, fuck yes.
It's a pleasure to meet you, I suppose.
Good to meet you.
Oh, come on, you gotta be more enthusiastic than that, Kier.
No, it's fine. We're dealing with some grim subject matter here. I don't expect anyone to be exactly as animated as these three. And Lucian goes for a very uncool handshake.
Yeah, you both do a thoroughly ordinary handshake. It's great.
Oh my god. You hear going, oh my god.
So, who sent you out here?
Andy.
Oh, Agent Fields! Isn't he darling? He's so cute. So nice.
He's very wholesome, Sonichi.
I'm surprised he's not drunk all the time.
Oh, you do wonder.
Lucian looks at Sabine like, what?
What does that mean?
I mean,
Sounds
having
that
to handle
overworked,
4 rowdy
underpaid
kids.
Fields.
You guys are the largest team that Ryder's had in this particular district.
Really?
He's got his work cut out.
No, so
Is Gam-
I like
more-
to
teams are
think we're not that much fuss.
teams are like 2 or 3 normally.
Well,
Okay.
Team Alpha was technically just one person, but
One person. Are they still around?
they pause for a second. Retired is probably the best way to put it.
Huh.
Probably burnt out on their mythos.
We're the
Yeah,
only
they-
two that are currently operating in Jungsburg right now.
I see.
Interesting.
But it's so exciting! I get to meet more people with mythos. It's great.
Yeah, what's your mythos like?
Her grin moves from pleasant to shit-eating. Oh, you want to know?
Yeah, that's why I asked.
Well,
See, hey, if you sandbag me, I can sandbag you.
well, that's really
Yeah.
interesting that you want to know.
Of course.
But the
Wanna
thing
know-
is, when it comes
What?
to things like this, we need to keep our powers under wraps. People might see, you know.
People might see. They might find out. They might see a weakness, don't they?
So, as a result, I figured that, you know, the best way to kind of keep my abilities under wraps is just not talk about them too much, or at least not display them in public. That wouldn't be good.
Okay.
Well, you get away with it when your power's just a big stick, says Sonichi under his breath too.
It's not. Kim shows up. I'm here too.
Yeah, you just echo it and very, it's more than that, asshole. To
The Library of Alexandria shows up. I'm here too.
I crushes everyone. Campaign over.
So, I mean, you want to rumble? What better way to get to know people than through the throes of battle? Vega, seriously.
Okay,
Lucian looks so disappointed.
no, I was wrong about you. You're good. You're great. Yeah.
But we
Yeah.
can't duel here.
Terrifying.
We're gonna have to find a shard of the collective unconsciousness after all.
But listen, as much as I want to throw down, go toe to toe, we do gotta investigate this because I think.
Oh, you need motivation. Well, I won't tell Cirrus that you're authorized. Unless we throw down. I want to see what your powers are.
Going looks back at the gang and like raises a single eyebrow, like, yeah, we doing this?
You'll get a tacit nod from Sonichi.
I look
Also
at
from
Sabine.
Sabine, yeah, she puts out her cigarette, she stomps on it and says, what the hell, why not?
Lucian is looking from side to side, just disappointed and just like their shoulders collapse and they just look so defeated. Fine.
You know, at this point, you're used to the synesthesic response of the barrier between reality and fiction being thin. And you don't feel it here. This is entirely normal. However, despite that...
Oh.
That art is so good. Please link it to me.
Oh yeah.
Thank you very much to Thomas Bryn for
Thank you,
the
Tom.
artwork.
Very good, very good.
Entirely ignoring the fact that the reality here is not thin at all. They still manage to shift into their collective unconsciousness forms. Kier pulls out a book and mutters to themselves, and then they both transform. See, we've got it going. We've got it going on. We're a spicy duo.
Lucian,
And
what
Kier
the
is
fuck?
like,
We shouldn't be able to do this here.
well, Kier, with surprisingly new game confidence, well, pretty much nobody's anything without me around. Vega kind of comes back and slaps him on the back. This boy can fit in so many collective unconsciousnesses within themselves.
He's a walking. Yeah. Okay, that's Nathan. We gotta talk about this because it's fucking incredible. Thank you so much. Okay, I want to get out Kim.
Hold on. But and Kirlius was, but we can't do this out here. Let's step into a story. Oh, I think you guys know this one.
It's the story of how we kicked your ass on a roof, says Sonichi.
We both go to Atomicon University, but I did a little bit of research and found out what school that you went to, and with that kind of information I was able to craft a very interesting tale. Doesn't it look realistic?
Nathan, is it the same exact, I know, the background is really the same one, but, in fiction, is it the same exact one as I saw in my dream?
I think for interesting drama, let's say yes.
Nice, okay.
It seems that Kier's research managed to get a very good bead on who you are as a person.
I'm not surprised knowing it's Kier. Okay.
Yeah, Kier, you got any wrestling stories?
Oh, none. But I do have a few horror stories if you want to hear them.
No, I asked for wrestling.
And with that, give me a second. In doing that, I have done a mischief, and some assets are on the wrong map. Give me a hot second.
Nathan.
Yeah, I know.
Vega, I hate to say it, but I'm afraid this story is going to have a tragic ending for you.
We are running not necessarily. Well, I mean, we started later than normal, but are we good to keep going for this drama?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was thinking probably I don't know how long you were thinking this fight.
We're not going to go for ages. I don't think this fight's going to be super long. After all, it's not to the death or anything like that. But it might run to maybe about 10, 15.
Okay. Yeah. I think either. Yeah.
Sorry, Nathan, can you please deafen yourself? Thanks. Nathan thinks that it's not to the death.
But a thing does happen. Let's get vibes first, because that's actually quite.
You think this isn't to the death? I'd be the referee for this fight.
Considering that joke started off air, that means absolutely nothing to people listening, but okay.
We are a delight.
In a similar fashion to session 1, Vega Hex! Well, what should I say about me, huh? I come from a pretty rich family. They are really investing in my future to make me an incredibly good theatre director, but I don't know, I want something more exciting, And then I awoke into Barahimes, and I get this way more exciting job instead. I'm gonna be a hero, right? Who wants to be a hero? I mean, I definitely do.
Why are you play my character so fucking well?
Nathan is just Kier in real life, so he knows all the stories.
Kier Velaris!
That's it?
We're gonna die.
Oh my god.
Kier, do you need to talk?
Team Gamma approaches.
Command.
I need to go and switch the overlay to the fancy overlay when you're in there. There we go.
Yeah.
Nice.
I shall wait till my turn to transform.
I want to bring Kim into the fight.
Oh, absolutely. Let me go summon Kim.
Actually, Sonichi might add for the. I much rather be the villain in these sort of stories. Always a much more exciting role.
Did that not? Oh no, I think I. That should have worked. What happened?
Is here.
There we go. Kim appears.
Yeah.
Shinichi, I don't know if things are so black and white. Lucian says as their big moth wings unfold, covered in big white moth wings covered in black runes. That's a joke, you see. I did a. It was a clever line.
I got it. It was good. It was good. Nailed it.
Do you want to try that again, Lucian?
No, no.
This is boring. If you guys aren't going to make the first move, I'm going to instead.
Kim, if you would.
I mean, like, Kim appears and kind of like, I think they just kind of like appear in a puff of smoke, like a tanuki kind of vibe in the air, and then just kind of like land beside you and kind of going, Kim on the scene. But Vega has already decided to start their opening gambit, and the floor beneath all of you trembles, and vines start to rise out of the ground. Ooh. And these like coiled vines move on their own, and one tries to go for Sabine's leg. In an attempt to inflict ensnared 2.
Can I counteract this?
I would quite like Sabine to make the roll for this one.
Alright, let's see.
Why don't you give me, because we're now in the collective unconsciousness, a dodge roll, please? What tags?
Sure thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to operate under the tags Godlike Invulnerability and Protect Sabine Kistner.
Mm-hmm. That's a very specific request that you're doing there.
You know what I'm trying to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, go give me, using the macro in the bottom left, a roll power for dodge +2.
Damn, I'm good.
The full defense. Okay. So, what does it look like as you resist the attempt to ensnare you?
I think that a thorny vine approaches from the ground in front of me, and I do a really cool backflip into Tenchi, who has like Titanfall airdropped out of the sky, and I just like land inside of it, and suit up.
Nice. Absolutely. Feel free to switch your token over to that. What do y'all do?
I think I step up. I'm still like in my my high school or just that post high school outfit. I step up and I motion to Kim to like give him a little nod, and I want him to like fold his hands together as if he's gonna give me a boost, and I'm going to leap on Kim, and I want him to just like, because of the comical nature of him, to just like jettison me sky high, and I want my move to be the biggest Izuna drop known to man.
I mean, you have to command grab somebody to do an Izuna drop.
Well, okay, what do I mean? Just
a flying press, like you're belly flopping into somebody. Or... Yeah. Okay, go give me a confront roll.
Confront roll. Okay, I want to use the following tags. It is stage wrestling. It is, let's see, Goblin Unleashed, and the Fire Within Without.
Sure. I think the Fire Within Without refers specifically to the use of your club.
Yes, I know.
Okay. Just specifying. Alright, cool. Go give me that roll then.
Alright, so roll power, right? Or roll with advantage?
Roll power, and then it's a confront.
Alright.
You have not earned an advantage yet.
Okay, add modifier 3. It is
success.
10, baby!
Okay.
Yay!
So you create an opening, but they'll respond in turn. Pick one. Their attack hits you harder than expected. The foe disengages, repositions, or attacks another rebel. Or their power infects you. Crack a Logos theme.
Ooh. Wait, oh, it has to be a 10 plus. I see. So, oh, wait, I still have to pick one.
Yes.
Their attack is right. Unexpected foe. I'm gonna pick the foe disengages, repositions, or attacks on a rebel.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I do is, I going to saunters over to Kim, very leisurely, and just steps up, onto their hands, looks over his looks over his shoulder back at the duo. He gives him the 2-finger flick wave, and then he just boom, disappears up.
Yeah.
And hold on, I gotta make this fucking cool. He comes back down,
Nice.
transformed, and he's just holding his club, blazing a storm of a fiery vortex down directly at Vega.
Yeah. You land at Vega, and multiple vines come out of the ground to kind of intercept the attack, and you clash, and there is a large kind of flash of smoke, and upon the smoke clearing, Kier is no longer there. But Vega has no longer got an ally protecting them. However,
hold on, can I have she blocked with her vines, and our faces are sort of close to each other, and there's a mad grin on both faces, and Goin just goes, "I'll taste of my power."
Oh, it's interesting. I'm so excited. This is going to be fun. Kier reappears behind Lucian and whispers into Lucian's ear, "I heard recently that Sonichi's weapons aren't really working as they're supposed to."
Okay.
First, Lucian blushes, and then Lucian's like, "Wait a second, what are you doing?" And it's just too taken aback by Kier being right behind them, and also realizing that they're a little flustered right now to put too much stock into that. Lucian is going to try to use a combination of some literary magic and also huge ass moth wings to try to knock Kier off the top of the building.
Sure.
Gonna try and ring out this MF. So let's see, what would be appropriate for this? I think
I guess it's probably also going to be a confront. You can't strike unless there's an opening on Kier, and there isn't yet.
Well, that's fine. Why don't I do this? Why don't I try to make the opening of
or line it up might make an opening in the fact that you're putting them off balance.
I'm thinking I could line them up by knocking them up in the air a little bit and then letting someone else, get the horizontal boot action out of the ring, kind of like a volleyball setup and spike.
Sure. Go give me a line it up roll.
Okay, well, let's see. In terms of tags, I think I'm going to be using my bottomless book bag to pull out. The Perfect Storm was started as a book, right?
I don't know.
Heather.
Oh, you know what? Actually, this could backfire. But I'm actually going to produce Alice in Wonderland. It's specifically manifesting the tornado from the start. So I'm going to be using bottomless.
You're thinking of the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, I was. Thank you. Whoops.
No, it's all good.
Also, The Perfect Storm was a book.
Okay, well, I'm dropping both of them on the ground. in order to get some real nasty crosswinds to send them straight up. So that's Bottomless Book Bag, Manifest Literary Magic, and let's see, I think that's probably the... I think that's probably what I'm getting from that.
Okay. You go give me a 2d6 plus 2.
Okay. Power. Line it up. Add modifier 2. Dink.
Ooh,
Hey!
crit success.
Ooh, yeah.
On the 10 plus, pick 1. So you create an opening, but the foe sends the attack your way. The opening only lasts a few moments. The foe sees you coming, and you'll have disadvantage using the opening.
Will the disadvantage only apply to me?
Anybody trying to capitalize on using the opening.
Oh, okay, well then I'll say it lasts momentarily, so someone else can try to capitalize on that.
Yeah. Okay. The books scattered on the floor send Kier flying up into the air, and they are currently airborne. Shinichi, you have 2 potential openings to capitalize on right now.
I do. Though that one, we've only got a moment to... what's on? And I probably didn't hear the line about my weapons, so we'll go.
Kier specifically didn't whisper that to you.
No, indeed.
My phone's going off for some reason. That's rude. Shush.
So Shinichi will spin his cane around in a bit of a twirl, point upwards towards Kier, and you'll see the bottom of the cane pop off and a trigger appear near the handle, and he'll fire a single shot as it morphs into a hidden concealed gun.
A roll does not occur here. You fire the gun, and like sludge comes out of the barrel and just drops to the floor.
Who's been playing with my stuff?
Tricked you as Kier falls backwards off the building.
Yes, well done.
Yeah, you sure showed us.
And just kind of vanishes out of sight.
Well, that's what I'm hoping for. That's a bit concerning, but...
Vega, on the other hand, is like, oh, now I'm all alone. That's too bad. Don't worry, I have multiple friends. Come, Ibarahime!
I'm as surprised as the rest of you, honestly.
And a large figure emerges from behind Vega. A lady wrapped in twisting, writhing thorns.
Wow.
And I think because Goin is closest, Sabine, it's Sabine's turn to act, but like Goin is actually closest in this.
I don't mind. Go ahead.
A whole bunch of roses open up around Ibarahime, and like pollen bursts out of them and starts to kind of like flitter around. And Goin, some of the pollen lands on your nose, and you start to feel dozy. Give me a dodge roll.
A dodgy to dodge. Okay. Can I already describe how I want to dodge?
Sure.
Because that applies to my tags.
Mm-hmm.
I want to apply. It's a big club, and I want to sort of like start using it as a. Actually, no, not a big club. I'm going to tag Goblin Unleashed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask him to huff and puff and blow the pollen back at Vega.
Oh, you're asking a lot of me several times in a row, but hey, I'll do it for you.
Hey, man, we're stuck together. We gotta learn to do this thing right? It's
Fine, it's cool. Okay, Goblin Unleashed then.
Goblin Unleashed. Dodge with 1 modifier. Let's go. That's not enough. Oh my god, your lung capacity, Kim. Jesus, you've been hitting.
Yeah, you ask Kim to blow away a storm of pollen when they are a tiny goblin, and they go, and nothing really happens. You were expecting more as the pollen lands on your eyes and is heavy like sand, and you are struck with the status Asleep 2.
Oh,
Everything's turning very unreliable at the moment.
There should be the way that I can mark that. Sabine.
Sorry, I was distracted with the apartment.
No, it's all good.
I do apologize. Okay, let me see here. So Kira's gone, so it's just Vega and Ibarahime, right?
As far as you can tell.
Okay. Let me take a look at my tags to see what I can't make work here. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. Okay. I'm gonna do one of my shadow moves from our extra playbooks, and I'm going to activate heroic intervention. So when an adversary is bearing down on an ally, I can crack a Logos theme to immediately close the distance between me and confront them, gaining advantage on a roll.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. So what Logos theme are you cracking? I must see my parents again, or the night I was sent away?
The night I was sent away. I'm not going to break my parents yet.
Sure. All right.
As fun as it might be to go 3 Mythos-themed ones, I'm not going to do it right now.
Fair enough. You close the distance at high speed and kind of like charge into the fray, kind of like clearing Goin and Kim from immediate conflict.
I'm going to activate the power tags Raffle, Operate Past Your Limit, and Spear of Longinus. So I'll do the +3, and then I'll have advantage too, which is nice.
Okay, sure. So roll with advantage using the macro, and roll Strike because the opening is currently there, with +2. 14.
Nice. Boom! Oh, and when I do when I roll when I roll really well, hold on. When I roll a +12, I can pick another rebel nearby who heals their least severe negative status equal to my power.
And you rolled with power 3, so yeah, you can clear that 2 asleep tag. From,
boom! Wakey, eggs and bakey going.
How do you wake going up with this? So describe the attack and how it wakes going up.
I just like charge forward in like a sound wave, like a shock wave of like just like crushing the floor beneath me and sending a whole bunch of like wind around. So I think I just like knock into Goin. He like gets pushed forward and wakes up, and then I just run in and like stab through Vega. That's probably what I do.
Yeah, you land the stab into Vega. The sonic boom wakes Goin up again. So I can clear the little token thing I put on you.
I think I just like shoulder charge him out of the way. Is really what ends up happening.
I mean, you know, within the realms of the collective unconscious, you can deal surprisingly visceral attacks without killing someone.
Right.
And yeah, you hit Vega and break quality 1, Vega's Mythos Ibarahime. And whenever you break a quality, there is a break effect. And Vega falls asleep. With that hit, they kind of like a nap. And Ibarahime, on the other hand, goes fucking berserk and starts thrashing around vines everywhere.
Standing ready, let's do it.
Meanwhile, Kier just walks back up the side of the wall in a different part. I'm a spider, remember? Trying to knock me off the side of a tall structure with a solid flat surface is not going to do you too well. But hey, you didn't know my abilities. That's fine. What else can I do? What else can I show you? Oh, no, it's fine. It's already set. And they
Oh, it's how you squish.
they look pretty casual. They're just kind of like I think they're perched on top of the chain link fence, just kind of like smugly relaxing on it. I think Lucian hasn't acted in a while, so.
I'm fine making another opportunity to kick Kier's ass. I'm going to throw up. I'm going to toss up another one of my books, and I'm going to use. Let's see. It is one of my castle moves. If I can get that. It's the laser book one.
Mm-hmm. Using Chaos Eyes, sure.
Chaos Eyes. And I'm going to be using that to basically melt the fence that Kier is on, or just like laser cut it to throw them off balance and cause them to fall so someone else can go and give them a solid boot.
As you do so, Kier's move activates, and as you reach inside your... Oh, what tags are you going to use first is important.
Oh, okay. I was... let's see.
Or which one should I do this?
I don't know if I had that many tags I was going to bring to that. I think it was probably going to be... I think it might have been 3 steps ahead of the idea of not going to be aiming for you. I'm going to be aiming for something that is going to kind of delay trigger. But I think that probably would have been it.
How their move that they announced and that it's been laid already activates, and it seems that earlier. You reach into your book bag for books to go and activate, and they are covered in sticky webbing, and are now harder to open, inflicting a -1 on the roll. Kier seems to like to set traps in advance.
Ugh, disgusting.
So you're rolling this one flat, I'm afraid.
Okay, you know what? I'll do it. So, roll power. Actually, I don't think there's a clickable ability for this. I think I just type in 2d6.
I mean, no, it's just 2d6, I guess. Or you can just...
I trust us.
Mixed success. I mean, I guess mechanically, this is a trying to... is this a confront or a line it up? You're not engaging directly, so line it up.
Yeah, this is more of a line it up using Chaos Eyes.
So pick 2. The foe sends an attack your way. The opening only lasts a few moments, and the foe sees you coming.
They send an attack my way, and the opening only lasts a few moments.
You melt the fence, but as you touch the book, it seems that the webbing is actually kind of corrosive to the touch, and it sucks to wrench this book open. It actually burns your hands as you do so, and you take status 1 singed. As Kier kind of like drops from the fence.
I want to follow up on that opening then. I want to give him the good old baseball college try, by which, well, that metaphor went nowhere. I just want to hit him with my big bat. Can I do that?
You've not really gone for the big bat yet. Let's go for a confront roll.
Hell yes. Wouldn't it be hold on, what is it? The other thing?
Oh no, there is an opening. My bad. So yes, you can absolutely go for strike.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I will be using. I am French now, de Nevers. Let's see. I'm using It's a Big Club. I'm also using Reclaimed Heritage. And let's see, is there anything else? No. Sometimes all you need is just a big club. So I'm gonna roll Striko with 2 modifiers. Let's hope. Oh my goodness!
Crit success! Nice!
So I take a step forward, take 1 single step, and it comes down with the force of the wrestling stands that we saw in the dream. So the the ground where going steps there like cracked, and like shards of ceramic just like shoot out of the ground, and so like the camera pans up from that foot, so, like up the leg to sort of like the rest of Goin's torso, and you see him like both his arms are behind his back, and he's just like throws the club at Kier. Just like flings it with all his might.
The club lands directly in Kier's chest and gores them, actually, and they explode, roped out into golden string as the club kind of like hits the metal grating behind, and the body slumps to the floor. And then the golden string slowly starts to, like, wind itself back together again.
Okay, good. I activate... Oh, go on.
As they kind of, like, slowly pick themselves back up off the floor. You have broken the set quality 2, Kier's Mythos, Anansi. And upon that break, Kier becomes possessed by something else.
Ooh. Let's see it.
I don't think
This is where we die.
I don't really have. Let's see. I mean, I guess we'll go for the realm of kind of like the spooky grim tales music. Let's go. So yeah, the body just kind of like pulls itself back up off the floor again, slumped forward, flickering on Kier's head is a crown of like twisted metal. As they kind of glare at you. You notice that the freckles on Kier's face just below their eyes open into small additional eyes while in this kind of state as they kind of stare at you, being like, "You're formidable, but that's good. We're teammates after all. I wouldn't want to work with weak people."
Yeah. Hey, have you ever written a story that features a boomerang? And I activate the ability Reclaimed Heritage, which is my club can warp back to my hand like a boomerang.
I mean, that's one of your tag. Did you invoke that tag on the outgoing attack?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Because this is part of the same move, I think within the space of this fiction, they're kind of like, you assume I haven't read stories about you, Goyim Lapis Blue. I understand your mythos intimately. I researched Korean mythology before we met.
Oh.
And they gently extend a hand, and the club like slaps into their hand.
Oh. Kim. You're from Korean mythology?
Yeah, idiot.
What? Why didn't you tell me? I don't know.
I figured it might be gilding the lily if I reminded you of your own lineage.
Well, I mean, you could have told me you were cool.
Look at what you're wearing, idiot!
What? I'm wearing an outfit, yeah.
Wait, you didn't know?
No, I didn't know. Imagine if Kim told me, he'd be like...
You knew, right?
What?
Yeah, I had an idea.
And Sabine, you knew, right?
Silence.
Angry silence.
It seems kind of under this form Sabine is not especially talkative.
Yeah.
Kier tosses the club to the floor and it kind of like clatters.
Why didn't no one tell me? It would have been great to find out. I guess now I know.
Listen, I think we might have more important things to deal with right now.
I think the princess grows tired. As this kind of like battle has been going, vines have been just pouring out of Ibarahime and intertwining itself in the arena, forming large, thick walls of spiked vines.
Ooh.
I think we've proven ourselves, and you've proven yourselves well enough. But even with 4 of you, you're outmatched. I'm so
You
sorry.
exploded. No, you exploded. That's a win for us. That's definitely. Hey, Shinichi, what was that? Do you say explosion equals losing? I'd say that's losing, right?
Shut up for a moment. What's happened?
Both Vega, despite being asleep, kind of like rises off the floor as if kind of lifted by a spirit outside of her own, and Kier similarly does the same. And while I do not have dramatic like graphic text for this, the text appears on the screen in the anime. Dual tech, unhappily ever after.
Oh.
All of you roll dodge, please.
Okay. Do we get to roll tags for this, or is it just like nah?
This is, you still get to involve tags for how you're dodging, but it seems that this is an attack that hits all 4 of you at once.
Yeah. Like this.
I'm going to apply a weakness tag to mine, Nathan, as I've got the only effective against a single opponent on Gentleman Duelist.
Indeed,
so I feel
you do.
that probably bites at this point.
Please mark attention on that theme book for me as you make your roll.
Should have got my gob shut.
Oh no, this is, you gain EXP for invoking your weaknesses, so it's not a problem.
Yeah, I think I might also invoke. Would I be able to invoke "The future is uncertain" again? Under the idea that I was really trying hard to figure out what's happening here, despite the fact that everyone else is, goofing around. And
I think rules is written, you're supposed to only inflict 1 weakness tag per session.
Oh, okay. No problem then.
But this might be. I mean, you might be able to kind of justify Galaxy Brain or Bust. This is definitely a face down with rivals who appear to be stronger than you. Do you outwit them, or do you just eat shit?
Yeah, no, I like that.
Okay, 7 to 9 partial.
Might have to nudge Sabine for some sort of team attack if they're doing this afterwards.
Oh, don't worry. I plan on invoking a weakness, so we'll see what happens with the team attack abilities after.
Let's see. I think like seeing this happen, I think break kayfabe is
Just everybody is announcing weaknesses for this one. Nobody wants to.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's fine. You'll gain the XP for doing so.
Yeah, like I mean, like in character, Goin would see this happening, and like there is no like WWE like theater training that prepares you for this. So I'm gonna dodge at a -1 then.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm. And we can put on weaknesses and power tags, right?
You can invoke power tags as well.
Okay, I rolled a 3.
Nice. I'm going to be trying to use the tornado books that I had summoned earlier in order to help me dodge out of the way. So this is going to be a +1 because of the literature tags I'm bringing in, and okay, partial.
Oh,
620.
including involving your weakness, which would be then a flat.
Well, it's because I was using Manifest Literary Magic, and I also used Reading Between the Lines, but...
okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Who else hasn't? Sabine has not.
It's me, yeah. I just wanted to talk to you about what weakness and stuff I want to do.
Cool.
So power tags, I'm just going to do Protect Sabine Kistner and Godlike Invulnerability and Don Powerful Armor. So those 3 are all from the Tenchi Unit 1. And I kind of want to do the weakness tag from Longinus, which is Consumed by Revenge, so I can level that bad boy up.
Consumed by Revenge. I think we've invoked Consumed by Revenge already, so you can't invoke that one twice this session.
I thought it was, Oh, no, that was it. Yeah, you're right. Okay, then I want to invoke Brutal Monstrous Power Armor. Because that sounds fun.
Oh no. Knuckles voice, oh no.
Everybody gets a partial. Nobody
All right.
succeeds.
No, I didn't. I'm getting fucked.
Yeah.
Gordon's gonna die.
So out of the you see this wall of vines and like budding roses out of all of the surrounding you all, and you look closer, and there's like a glint, like woven in with all the kind of like flower buds. And you look back to Kier, who has the smuggest smile and holds up one hand, and it seems that there are myriad spider threads woven from his fingers to these buds on the walls, and he's like, "Sweet dreams, everyone." And slams his hand downwards, and all of these flower buds, wrenched from the walls, kind of like fly into you as mini sleep grenades.
Oh.
And even with the partials take reduced status effects, so while everybody else would be dreaming 4, the partials are kind of probably like a sleep 3. Yeah. You all get like a face full of soporific pollen and start to waver and fall into blissful dreams.
I've been waiting all session for this.
Is there nothing I can do with my brutal monstrous power armor?
Oh, let's think of a way that we can kind of invoke that as an interesting thing. I think under those circumstances, like the armor resists because you're encased inside, and Vega like wakes up from her sleep and kind of walks gently over to you, unconcerned of the circumstances. The chest of Tenchi Unit is heaving, breathing hard, and she kind of caresses the side of the Tenchi Unit's face, and it kind of opens up like a motorcycle helmet to reveal the face inside. And she just kind of like blows some dust off her palm into your face. As you kind of like pant and squint, your face is straining to resist this thing. And Vega looks you in the eyes, and you actually see a small amount of concern in her face, being like, wow, that's impressive. And then eventually you fall forward, face forward, and hit the ground. And all of you wake up on the ground outside the dormitory.
Oh god. Okay. Folks, I can't actually move. I'm so hungry. I need someone to get me like a Snickers bar or something.
Finally.
Oh god, she needs to wake up. Wake up, I'm starving. I'm slowly starving to death.
I haven't slept for 28 hours, leave me alone.
Is Gamma Team still here? Is Gamma Team still here?
Yeah, they're still here. I think we've moved screens back to. They've moved back into the regular outfits, and Kier is like, oh, that was really impressive, I suppose. You guys can put up a good fight. Sorry that it had to end like that, but since we're just 2, we have to develop techniques that can handle multiple opponents at once. I'm sure you understand.
Yeah.
It was a cute trick.
You read the case report about the Red Queen, because that there was mighty familiar and resembled what happened to Yusuke at the end. You wanna... Yeah, kind of like a berserker mode.
Oh, with regards to Sabine, yes. It seems, and Kier kind of like steps forward, that Sabine's quite interesting in the abilities that they have. But whatever mythos that's part of them seems to be driving them towards something angry, insistent, driven, violent, maybe.
No, I was talking about you folks. Really, you got horror modes, just weird power-ups, and
Oh,
can we do that?
I see. You are unfamiliar with how yes, Vega's quite interesting. Vega's been at this, or maybe their imagination is just so powerful that they were able to do quite impressive things with their mythos. You can harness a surprising amount if you work hard at it, if you're able to kind of keep the balance between fiction and reality. Well, I do work in drama. Being able to put on and take off the mask is part of the proceedings, no?
So all of that you could do just from your latent talent and imagination, I guess?
No, it required a fuck ton of practice.
Whoa, hey,
Okay.
mind your words.
Yeah, I had to bring her back from the brink a handful of times.
So, one question, Vega.
Mm-hmm.
That first attack I did was pretty cool, right?
Oh, it was a certified badass, friend.
Yeah.
Well, I think that kind of cements that you guys are hot shit.
I
think that's decided then, Kier. We're going to step back from this one and let them handle this case. They seem to be keen.
Yeah. Hooray.
We won. That's a victory.
Suits me just fine, I suppose.
Yeah, good luck.
They're not going to get themselves killed if something weird happens, and that's all that really matters.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say we won going, but I don't necessarily think that we got beat as bad as we could have, is maybe what is to the takeaway from this one.
Listen, it's all as long as we don't as long as we don't lose, we win. Team Delta. No.
Sonichi will push himself to his feet. Fancy doing this again at a different point? A couple months down the line.
Oh, maybe. It'd be really interesting to see what happens once you understand your mythos a little bit more. Do you even know the names of your mythos yet?
The names of the Huza?
Well, you're all blessed by fiction. It's a named entity.
Kim?
I don't think that little guy is your mythos.
Oh. Yeah, I just learned that about the whole mythology thing. I don't think... I should ask him.
You just found out that you're Korean today.
No, I knew I was Korean. I just didn't know that this goblin had a cultural significance.
It's called a Dokebi, by the way.
A Dokebi, great.
I mean, sorry to take away the reunion and awakening to your mythos and understanding it yourself, but I figured you might need the helping hand.
Yeah, I mean, he's annoying as the hell. So, but hey, does my club have a name? Does that come with the territory?
Oh,
Big Jonathan.
Big stick, wasn't it?
Kit opens their mouth and and then closes it again at the kind of suggestions on what to call the club. That should probably work fine for you.
Jonathan Clubberton, I see.
Anyone else solved out what their mythos is? We are at a school after all, classes in session.
Do you ever get any less perky?
What can I say? She kind of puts her hand behind her head and kicks her legs. I've had my coffee today. It's 9 p.m. at this point.
I'd say it flows through your veins with how you act, girl.
You should see me when I'm angry.
You weren't angry just now? Okay.
Oh no, this was fun. Wasn't it fun?
Yeah, it was fun. Hey,
I was pretty angry.
Oh.
Yeah, you should maybe... she pauses mid sentence. She was gonna snark, and then she remembers, her file on you and your background, and decides to not make a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Good choice.
It's It's been a pleasure fighting, and thank you for handing over the case to us.
Yeah, it's getting late. I would suggest that you should probably resume investigation in this case in the morning. There's a pretty fancy hotel on Elysium Island, and we already have rooms booked. I'm sure it will be easier for us to call Ryder and get you guys a room booked too. If you need us, well, you can either contact us through Ryder, but we'll probably be hanging around in the Statue Plaza should you need us later.
I'm gonna come and find you guys at Continental Breakfast tomorrow and kick your fucking ass. Ugh.
Sabine language.
Continental breakfast, says Sanichi, picking up. Oh my god, the towels in this place will be worth a fortune.
I'll put mine in your suitcase, don't worry.
Vega says, I'd like to see you try. Kier says, I'd like to see you try.
Okay, well.
We have work to do. Let's head out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Can anyone feed me, please?
The camera slowly pulls out from this part of Elysium Island as we see the sun kind of set over the horizon, and as it starts to get dark, Elysium Island lights up. The many TV screens, the modern buildings, the floodlights on the tennis grounds and golf court all illuminate, turning Elysium Islands into a shining jewel off the shore of Jungsburg. And we're going to go and call it there.
Ooh, and you have the one. The camera pans down and shows like Goit's still lying there because no one fed him and he can't get up.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah.
Yay!
Good session.
Good set.
Yeah, very good.
Shall we do some comments and kudos and then wrap it up for today?
Sure.
I would love to kudos and comment,
Mm.
but not as the first one.
You were talking already. It's gotta be you.
Ah, dang it. Okay, I want to give my kudos to the way that the desert scene was handled between Tom and Will. That was very fun. I love to see Shinichi and Lucian sort of like act as if like Lucian loves to behave like the ringleader, and Shinichi just like goes along with it very well. But in the end, there's like slips. There's like little bits and pieces that hint at like Shinichi, like whenever Lucian falls through the cracks of their own sort of like of their own arrogance, like Shinichi just like very subtly picks that back up, and I find that that was very apparent in the desert scene. Even though you were like contrasting in a sort of way, that chemistry still like very much came to the front, and I enjoyed that immensely.
Yeah, I think on similar notes, I'll have to comment on the whole going to particular dream sequence as well. The that between yourself and sorry, Nancy's character was
The Goblin Kim.
Yeah, and the Goblin as well. Just that entire descriptive scene of him getting bigger and bigger, and then the foot getting stuck. It was like, oh god, the mental imagery. Oh, give me the mind bleach. This.
It was a coincidence because I had like the thing that was quoting, it was coming out of Sabine's mouth. I was reading that. I still had the tab open, so I was like, wait, I'm resting right now. I can quote from this very abstract article that compares professional wrestling to Greek theater. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Nice.
Good.
Thank you. That was a very fun. Like, I love the music choice you had for that, Nathan. Fucking No Yakuza Zero. Hell yeah.
I previously asked you all about character themes and things like that, so I featured them a bit more specifically within this episode. Marcy.
Shout outs to Nathan. The DMing this session was particularly out of this world, with all of the dream sequences, the setup for the next mission, and then just the transformation of characters from an old campaign into this new modern setting, and kind of just really running with them was really amazing. And the combat was awesome. Invoking the weaknesses was awesome. I'm starting to get a feel for the like system of the game, and that's all thanks to you and your GMing. And it's amazing. So, shout outs to you.
Yeah, I've been excited to. Team Gamma have been Kier and Vega for probably since episode 1, to be honest. They were the my character and Marcy's character from Blades in the Dark campaign that Ruben ran a year or two ago, about a year ago.
God, yeah.
And I love those characters a lot, and I was kind of like, I want to have Kier feature in something else. So considering Vega very specifically was kind of a bit of a persona kind of channeling in their theming. And
yeah, she was just a persona character reskinned for like gothic whale punk stuff anyway. So
and Kier is all about dangerous indulging into stories. So I was like, no, both of those are thematically perfect fits for this. I have to bring them back. And I threatened previously, it's like, oh, you're going to be amused and also mad when you find out who Team Gamma are. So yeah, no, I'm glad that I got a scream out of Marcy. That
was genuine emotion. I couldn't even hold it back.
Nice. I don't think Will has given kudos yet.
No, I mean, for player kudos, I think I'm going to give it to Marcy. Just I enjoyed the I enjoyed the like energy that Sabine brought this time, and this definitely the contrast in between rebellious. The term that comes to mind is shitheel, which I don't think is quite accurate, and then the contrast between that and the phone call. And also your contribution to the dream sequences. I thought that was really effective.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And of course, DM thumbs up. Those dream sequences were very effective, and
good. Yay!
I really enjoyed getting a chance to play. Well, one, I really enjoy getting a chance to just be kind of like unhelpfully abstract, or maybe more evocative than it is actually informative, and also getting a chance to play like kind of an excuse to play off character.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I liked your dream sequence so much, was because I can kind of just like be around and be useless, and it was just like really funny and frustrating.
Nice. I put in the dream sequences as an opportunity to kind of codify some of the leveling up that you would have done in sessions 1 and 2, but I didn't want to introduce because, I didn't want to introduce too many complex mechanics at once. But I also didn't want to cheap you out of that EXP you could have gotten. So I figured the dream sequences were a good way to be able to involve that. But if that was fun, then we can have another dream sequence after Case 2 resolves. We can make that part of the gameplay loop.
I think if you're going to do it again, I would love to have like a tiny bit more of planning, I guess, on that, in the sense of like getting a bit more instruction from the instruction for the like dream person on like, okay, I think it would be helpful or useful or interesting if you did something in this kind of direction, or if you knew this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I think that would be really cool.
Absolutely. This was kind of like a fill-in dry run of kind of like off the bat improv to get everybody started. If we want to make it a thing, then yes, absolutely, we can do a little bit of more of a behind-the-scenes crafting and give people direction so they can act their hearts out that much stronger. Which I'm a big fan.
I'm a big fan of when like the players get to be involved behind the screen a little bit with GMs and stuff like that. Like, for example, like a fantasy, if a character gets like mind controlled, like the DM like messaging them and be like, "I'll give you experience if you act this specific way for me," and then it's like the player is like misleading everybody, so you don't know anything is going on, rather than like the GM being like, I'm talking for Marcy now and her character, and I think being able to like step back and if the next time I'm in a dream with Lucian and Lucian knows what's going on because Will got some of that info, that would be really cool.
Yeah, Honestly, the chance to lightly antagonize someone in a dream sequence sounds pretty fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's already a little bit of behind the scenes discussion with players about what they want to do already. I will say, but no more than that because that would be spoilers otherwise. But yes, I will absolutely loop that into. I love the fact dream sequences make sense as a bit of a Greek chorus of the things that are going on in the wider narrative anyway. So yes, let's absolutely explore that more. Love that. Let's move. Let's roll on with that theme and talk a little bit about the stuff that we're excited to see going forward, because that's also part of the kind of comments and kudos stuff. So, Ruben, is there anything that you would be excited to see going forward, maybe out of case 2?
I am very looking forward to the idea of like walking around rich stuff, not understanding why things have to be so opulent. Because like not because like he's sheltered, but because like if you take like a kid from like a more poor neighborhood, right, and you place them in like ivory tower cities and like all these new facilities and all these new ways of designs and ornaments and vending machines and like even the ways like how doors and windows look and the difference of like the functionality being so overdressed in literally everything, like going would just like be like, what's the point? Why do you gotta be rich? You know, what the fuck's the purpose of having like a door with like 70 dragons on it? I don't know. I mean, that would be sick, but
you need at most like 65 dragons on a door, so 70 is a little fucking opulent.
Scientifically speaking, that like scientists have determined that the best amount of dragons is 65. Anything more is just bourgeois nonsense.
Nice. Tom, what are you looking forward to?
I must admit, I of curiosity instantly peaked at the start with the intro to it and the oddly. I don't want to make the praise the sun comment because it was definitely that style of helmet on the mysterious shadow that turned up. I'd be very curious to see what the enemy mythos is by the end of this.
Yeah, absolutely. Marcy.
I am honestly ready to crack something and just let Sabine go crazy. I'm so excited to fuck around with this character in this world and see how she plays around with everyone's awesome characters.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I will definitely give room to... Because this one's going to be a bit more of a direct mystery-solving-y thing, as in gathering clues and evidence and stuff. But there will definitely be opportunities for you to go ham as we proceed. Before we go...
I promise I'm not normally just like the meathead combat person in RPGs. Just this character in particular, I like to... I don't know, I like the combat. I like to get dirty.
Entirely fine. Before we go and wrap up, and I forgot to do this at the start, which I normally like to do, but no, not that one. I want the credits screen. There we go. Yes. In addition to making sure that everybody artist's name is spelled correctly this time, we have a new artist. Thank you so much to Thomas Bryn for the Collective Unconsciousness outfit designs for Vega and Kier. I wanted to help give parity to their designs and your kind of custom designs as well. Nice artwork for them as well. We have 2 new patrons. Thank you so much to Jesse Toldness and the Room Where It Happened podcast for supporting our show. If you would also like to go and support us and, give us funding so we can kind of pay for other artists for guest artwork, and for kind of like Roll20 hosting and things like that, you can support us on Patreon. Being a member of our Patreon gives you access to both the session notes. At the end of case 1, I made a shiny PDF version of that case that you can run yourselves in either City of Mist or Voidheart Symphony, or actually, to be honest, in any system that you like. It's designed to be relatively system agnostic, as well as various one-shots and other shiny PDFs that I have made. The theme music is A Thief's Lament by Seeing Spots. Please support Seeing Spots on Bandcamp. The next Bandcamp Friday is swiftly approaching. If you thanks Pixie, yeah, we out here. On Bandcamp Fridays, where artists get 100% of the proceeds from purchases. Yes, please do buy that album. And self promo for all of y'all. Who wants to go and promote themselves about their stuff?
Hell yeah, I'll promote myself. You can find some of the cool and very affordable tabletop RPGs that I've been writing at merrymentorgames.com. Join the community. We've almost got 1,000 people in the Discord server where people are talking about games, playing games, being cool and nice, and all of that stuff. And find me on Twitter at Raffy the Owl, where I talk about tabletop RPGs, birds, and leftist politics.
More promo. Give me more promo.
Okay, I'll go next. You can find me talking about tabletop RPGs, owls, and leftism at Raffy the Owl on Twitter. Please follow me and buy all of my very good tabletop RPGs. Much obliged, much appreciated. Feel free to like, follow, and subscribe. Raffy the Owl, twitter.com.
Oh, Ruben, you charmer.
Additional promo?
For me? No, I got nothing. I do got something. Urban Friend Den. Look it up.
Mm-hmm. Tom, Marcy?
I do lots of people's pensions, so you'll probably all care about me when you're about 65 or 70. It's a great job. I won't advertise what company it is, because I think that gets me in trouble on social media, so I'll keep
Fair enough. Understandable.
You can follow me on at Minato Aqua. I'm a VTuber.
Thanks to you, I have now also followed a number of like VTubers on YouTube.
Welcome home. Welcome home.
Yeah. Every so often I'm kind of like, do I want to make a kind of like a VTuber of Caster? It would serve no purpose.
Yes.
And I have no idea whether the facial tracking works correctly for black people, because historically it doesn't do that. So I need to do some researches to see whether that's even technologically feasible.
I've seen people talk about it. Like, it only works if you have like a white screen behind you. Like, if there's a darker colors behind you, then the
it's pretty fucked up.
My background's pretty. My wall is pretty even. I'll look into it. I'll see how much it costs to go and get the character made, because I'm not an artist.
Like, tape up a bunch of loose leaf paper behind you as like a makeshift white wall for this.
Plans are in motion. Speaking of plans, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, nothing. I was just gonna say, I believe in your plans to get some VTuber art of your persona.
My Robosona. Thank you very much.
Nathan becomes Hatsune Miku.
One day I will be a Vocaloid.
Become like one of those like your VTuber would just be like the Mega Man Battle Network Navi.
I mean, you know, there is a character that I kind of use for this kind of persona, as it were. I just show my face a lot, so it doesn't really matter. Sorry, so go ahead.
I was going to say, I do like the idea of almost doing like a Max Headroomy type level of...
I mean, I try to channel, like, the two people that I try to channel my aesthetic on are Grace Jones and Max Headroom, so, like, yeah, I'm into it. But I recognize that we're running a little long, and we're wrapping up the stream. Again, we have 8 viewers. Thank you so much for tuning in on this. I hope this was a fun time and you've enjoyed all of this. This will be archived on Twitch and also mirrored to my YouTube channel if you want to go watch it in post. What else? Speaking of irons in the fire, we have another stream on tomorrow at 7 p.m. BST, 2 p.m. EDT. We will be playing On the Air, which is a tabletop RPG designed to evoke old-time radio dramas. Both Pixie Pew and Ozcore will be joining me on that venture. We have a pulp fusion of both detective drama and pulp sci-fi simultaneously, and it's really, really exciting. I still have artwork to put together for that, so I'm going to be spending my tomorrow getting that and screaming a whole bunch, but it'll be amazing. I'm really, really looking forward to that. Also on Sunday, because I don't actually sleep or stop playing tabletop RPGs, I will be guesting on another stream. A good illustrator friend of mine, Eve Greenwood, who actually did the Nightmare artwork for both the Red Queen and the boss upcoming. They are currently in the middle of a Kickstarter for an RPG setting, or technically an entire fantasy setting that is compatible with RPGs. And they will be doing a one-shot of the one-pager that goes with that tomorrow at... not tomorrow, on Sunday, also at 7 p.m, which you can tune into there. Actually, let's go get the Kickstarter link of that as well. That sounds like a good idea. So, you know, it never stops. It never stops. A Guide to Chroma is the name of the Kickstarter that they're working on. And it looks real good and real pretty. I'm usually not one for high fantasy, but this one whips ass. So we into it. And with that, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. This has been absolutely fantastic. I hope you'll all join us tomorrow for On the Air. But for now, we'll see you soon. Goodbye.
Thank you for watching.